Go Beaver! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cridscast. Today we have a very special game for you today, as it is the start of Rally Call 2018, as we begin to help the International Animal Rescue Charity. All donations towards this Rally Call for this year will go to them, helping, as you can see, the cute little monkeys in that preview video. And we have an absolutely spectacular beginning to this charity event, as we have a show match of the Highlander variety, as many YouTubers as you could possibly fit into the game at one time. It is going to be 9v9, and we have two teams ready to battle it out in this show match. I am CeeJaey, and I'm joined by Chando, and of course Wiethoofd doing all the lovely production in the background. Chando, how are you doing today, Dave?
I'm doing very well, thank you. This is very exciting to see, as you said, this many YouTubers all huddled in to one server to battle it out, raising awareness for what I see is a very, very important charity, International Animal Rescue. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what some of the players can bring to the table. I recognise some of them, I don't recognise all of them, but I guess it's a very nice little community sort of bonding thing, you could say. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this pans out. First map, Koth Lakeside. Some nice sort of standard UGC Highlander maps. I'm sure a few of these players have played in the competitive format before. We're also going to be taking a trip over to PL Upward a bit later on the second map, and followed by Koth Harvest, something that you don't really see ever in the Highlander game mode, but I'm sure it will be a lot of fun to see how they work around that. But CeeJaey, I mean, do you want to give me a little bit of a rundown about what this charity is? That is ultimately what it's all about, is the charity. What do you know about it?
Obviously, it helps animals. I mean, I'm not going to profess to be an expert, but if people do want more information, you can type in !donate or !charity into the chat to find out how to donate to this. As you can see by the video we saw at the start, they do help animals out in the wild who may have had some troubles of their own, and they help them get them back on their feet. You know, not like you would with people, maybe financially, but, you know, actually caring for their welfare and making sure they're able to survive amongst all of the other perils in the jungle or wherever they happen to live. But of course, a donation goes towards the charity, but also helps you out a little bit. If you're one of those people who does like your in-game TF2 items, you can get an in-game medal. I do believe it is it's either $5 or $10, something like that, that if you meet the criteria is information on the donation page. So do read up before you donate. If you want to get that medal, you do get an in-game TF2 medal. It'll be a nice, genuine medal, like with other charity events we've had, and that can you can add that to your collection and show off what a generous soul you are. But yeah, I'm just going to take a look at some of these players, because like you're saying, Harvest, going to be interesting to cast out, Chando, because we've casted a lot. You've casted out a LAN, like, you know, we've looked at a lot of Highlander, but we've never actually seen Harvest. But take a look at Team 1 here, and Team 1 is apparently Team Shrimp. So we've got animal-based team names. Team 1 is Team Shrimp. On Scout, they're going to have Critical Floor. On Soldier is going to be Nebulu. Pyro is going to be TF2 Dove. Demo is Steg. Heavy, Kip Create. Engineer is going to be Mecha Wreck. Rob the Awesome is playing Medic. Ice Blocks on Sniper. And finally on Spy for Team Shrimp is Lazy Purple.
And I really only know,
yeah?
you know, I only know like two of those players, I think. Well, maybe even one. It's probably just Lazy Purple, to be honest. But you know, I guess there's a lot of up-and-coming YouTubers that I haven't really stayed in touch with. On Team 2, I do know a few more. That's Team Platypus. So on Scout, we're going to be having Cerny. Rapid's going to be playing Soldier. Tomato Gacha on Pyro. Captain Cannon Man on Demo Man. Rider Cycle on Heavy. Gibbs on Engineer. Mr. Mortensen on Medic. Murloc Johnny on Sniper. And Runix on Spy. Again, I do know some of those names ring a bell. Few of them from the comp scene, a few of them from YouTube. Murloc Johnny, I've seen him play in quite high divisions on Sniper in the past. Certainly I've seen him in the Sixes scene a little bit. And there's a few in there from YouTube that I recognise. But, you know, all sorts of people. It's nice to see Lazy Purple. I'm surprised. I didn't realise he kind of came back. I thought he'd quit TF2 for years. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, he came back a few months ago.
Is he back now?
Yeah, he's back now. He's been back for I think like 3 months now. He's been posting some more videos and has been working kind of, I think it's like a video a month on his, how to play, class series. So he's been back, and there was a bit of hype about that, of him coming back and releasing his new videos. I know Rapid is, he's kind of an old school YouTuber. But yeah, mentioning the name Murloc Johnny, bit of a ringer there, I feel. I think he's had quite a lot of experience playing, I think, in Highlander. And Runix as well is a spyman who has played, I think, at least at the lowest level, mid Highlander. So I think those two guys are going to be popping off for Team Platypus. We'll have to see, but we are live. It's going to be Team Shrimp on the blue team and Team Platypus on the red team. We're starting off King of the Hill Lakeside for the first map of this Rally Call Highlander show match in aid of International Animal Rescue. Get those donations in, guys, as we kick off, and immediately, Chando, we just see everyone going towards the pool room. Straight to the pool room, as you say. In fact, it's pretty much neglected the point here. It's just one player. Rapid actually on the point there, just fighting for that little pool room there, but they have branched out a little bit with the red team, Team Shrimp, trying to get a little bit of players on point. They got to fight against that engineer, and finally he has to back down, but the plus side Platypus team have just taken control of that pool room. That's going to give them a lot of flexibility. Despite losing the point, they might be able to block it. They're popping off that conch, and out comes the Uber. They've got to deal with that medic. He's almost got his Uber, but it's not quite enough. He falls. Mr. Morrison down, and the blue team, Team Platypus, have reclaimed this pretty well as they pick off Murloc Johnny. They're Team Shrimp. Blue Team Shrimp. Oh, no. Just think of it how Shrimps are totally not blue, and Platypuses are
not blue either.
Not red. Yeah. But it does look like Runix with.
I'll go with that.
I'm going to say that's a trick stab. Just because I like saying trick stab. Gets backstab there. Do you see some kills coming in? But yeah, it does look like Team Shrimp had a really strong start there, using that conch Uber combo. Not sure if they had to use it at the same time, but they did. Oh, you see the heavy. Oh, Rider Cycle on heavy there, managing to just jump across the health pack, despite the rockets flying past the face. We do see Team Platypus on the point now, getting some decent cap time, so not that much time for Team Shrimp, only about 25 seconds, and considering how dominating they were right at the start, got that Uber, managed to take down the medic, haven't really taken a strong positioning afterwards, and they've lost a few players here, including Rob, who has gone down the medic, getting cleaned up there by Cerny, who's also taking out the dispenser. As we know, Chando, that is a key pick in any Highlander game.
Oh, they've got to push now, surely. I mean, they've got to keep on pushing, of course. Get that dispenser pick is everything. They have got the point now. Find that spy as well, Lazy Purple, trying to get the stab to Rider Cycle there, who's doing a lot of work, actually. Aggression's been really working for him. He's just been walking forward at a slow, sort of revved up pace, absolutely crushing it. So well played to him. They're going to be holding that point quite well there. They find the sentry gun, trying to get a little bit of contact now from the pool room there, as the blue flank just kind of rushes in with the help of Steg, the Demo Man, and Pyro, and they've got actually a lot of picks there, finding Rapid and Murloc Johnny as well, and Runix, so they might be able to get a little bit of foothold in pool room and work from there. But Rider Cycles in deep, finds Steg with the help of Gibbs. He does go down though to Lazy Purple, and now there's a bit of contact from on the actual point, but they've had to back off. It is just the scout, critical flaw. And now a few players, Nebulu falls in as well to try and help him on the point there. They find the Pyro Tomato Catcher. It's just Mr. Mortensen by himself, get out, trying to find Captain Cannibal on that charge and targe. And he is both going to get out with their lives, actually.
They should just use the Uber in there. I mean, Captain Cannonman got launched. I mean, it must be his name. Just got launched into the skybox by the Pyro. But they had the Uber. They should just gone in now. Just gone in and just done the best they could, because Rob hadn't got his Uber yet. But right now, Team Shrimp in control again. But the Uber comes in. Rider Cycle is going to take the majority of that. The lion's share of the invulnerability going to him. And then the counter Uber comes out. It's going to be Nebulu getting most of it for Team Shrimp, trying to clean up the players on the point. Rider Cycle does go down, as does Tomato Gacha. And Shrimp actually retain control of the point, and now they have a conch. They pop it off straight away, no holding around. They want to get some frags now. A Rapid, it's just kind of spamming from a distance, but Runix is going to come in. Can he get a pick? He's in between everyone. There's like 6 players around. Take your pick. No, he gets punched in the face by Kid Create. That is going to hurt. Fist of steel right to the jaw. And it does look like Team Platypus are going to try and take pool room now.
Yeah, they've been holding that pool quite well. The pool's been really, really important, actually. Both teams actually been really focusing on it a little bit, which you don't see so much in in the high leads, but it seems to be working. If they've got that pool room, they can kind of pretty flexible. And they do find Rob the Awesome. Brilliant shot there by Murloc Johnny as he finds another body shot onto critical floor. The scout. So they might not be able to hold on to this, but it's going to be TF2 Dove doing his best with that Dragon's Fury, which is somehow not banned. Does get picked off by CeeJaey though. On that flank, he finds Mega Wreck as well. Rider Cycle does go down. They are going to be able to hold on to this very nicely. Murloc Johnny taking that aggressive stance at the moment, and Mr. Mortensen backing out with his life as well. He's got to deal with Lazy Purple. They do find him. He gets caught out pretty quickly, and yeah, just having to play that passive role now, but holding off for a very long time. Very well played there by Team Platypus.
Yeah, they have a huge U-Band as well. They still have Mr. Mortensen with that 100% in the bank, and we can just see Captain Cannonman using the quickie bomb launcher to pick us up Murloc Johnny. There he goes, a 4-kill streak, and he domes Rob the Awesome. Medic down there, great angle coming in from him, and an even huger Uber advantage now for Mr. Mort, as he's still got that 100%, but it's down to about 30 HP and he drops! Oh, critical floor comes in, the conch combo. Critical floor and Nebulu combining there on the flank, and they managed to pick up a bunch of kills, including that medic drop. Huge plays coming in from Team Shrimp's flank there. Mr. Mortensen still in the respawn queue, as Rob the Awesome is now on the point with the rest of his team, trying to heal them up, trying to get them into a position. They have a lot of time to catch up. 8 seconds left for Team Platypus. They just need to hold, sort of recapture the point and hold on to it for a little bit. But Shrimp have got, you know, a lot of work to do here.
Still at anyone's game though. Minute is definitely doable. They've got the bomb coming in from Captain Cannonman. Doesn't quite find anything, but Ice Block does go down to a body shot by Murloc Johnny. It's going to offer a bit of opening up for Team Platypus. I think I'm getting this right still. As they try and muscle their way into the pool room there. Rapid does go down, but they find Critical Thought. Murloc Johnny, brilliant plays coming out from him. They find Lazy Purple as well. Got to commit to this a little bit. They're getting a few players on point here. CeeJaey just runs straight to the point with the help of Murloc Johnny. And Runix as well on the backlines. Looks like he might be able to get that step on the medic. Can he find him? Not quite. He turns around just in time, but finds the heavy. Nice kind of use there from the spy. And they are going to have to pop on the point, but he's just getting completely denied. Rob the Awesome did his best, but to no avail. And now with 2 seconds left, not looking very hopeful. The Team Shrimp is Rob the Awesome against everyone. He can't find anyone. He goes down, and that's going to make it 1-0 against 4 Team Shrimp.
I love that. It's a Team Platypus. But I love the point there where everyone was just kind of on the point capping, and then Rob just ran on with an Uber, and then Tomato Gacha just kind of looked at him like, the hell? And just puffed him off the point. Just casually, just like, just get off my point. I'm trying to cap this. We are on to the second mid-fight now, as we see the spies trying to cross it. Lazy Purple getting quite aggressive all the way across the point already. And yeah, Team Shrimp deciding to go for pool room. And yeah, Icebox just kind of headshotting Rapid, and they're just getting frags by just kind of flooding out the doorways.
There's so much going on. It's a tight little area of Lakeside here in pool room, but it looks like that Team Shrimp is going to take victory here, as they did last time as well. They're getting very aggressive, and it seems to be working in their favour, just rushing pool room with basically everyone, and then from there taking down their flank, pushing onto the point, and it's working a treat for them so far. CeeJaey is going to get that frag onto Steg though, which might offer some potential for repushes. Both teams still have their Uber, but Team Shrimp don't have their much of their combo left. They do have to pop off, but they do get so many frags in the process, finding CeeJaey and Rapid and Murloc Johnny as well there, and they did have to use their Uber there. Now finally Mr. Mortensen does use in as well, but it's not really going to do that much, as TF2 Dove got the frag onto Rider Cycle. They have to use that to back out, and Mr. Mortensen goes down. Nice shot there by Lazy Purple. And they are still not done here. Critical Floor on the backlines up against Murloc Johnny. He finds him. He finds Captain Cannonman as well. Just pushing forward so hard. Riders minced as well there. It's up to Tomato Gacha and the Spy. Who's that? Runix. Runix trying to take down Rob the Awesome there. Hot on his heels, but gets caught out. Runix does go down. And it is just... have managed to find a little bit of space now. They have had to back up. They do find Captain Cannonman. They've had to back up to that passive position, but really well played there by Team Shrimp.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at the time they've got at the moment. Down to 140 left on the clock. Nearly half the time off of that mid-fight win. And it did look for a minute there like Team Platypus, they had like Uber, they had the player advantage, but they're just not using the Uber effectively. They're just kind of using it very, very late, milking it, but there's no point in milking an Uber if you've lost like 5 players in the process. So you have to kind of switch up their strategy a little bit. But a nice double donk, Captain Cannonman living up to his name with the double donk. Oh, TF2 Dove comes in, takes down Mr. Mortensen. You know, Pyro still pretty strong. Allowed to just go in there and burn the medic to a fine crisp.
Jetpack stronger though. That was jetpack play coming in there.
Oh, was it? I just saw the end there.
Nicely done there. As yeah, he just sort of nice little strafing run straight into the back of the medic and put it back into the respawn queue there. But Rider Cycle and Rapid both going down now. Kip Create gets taken down in return. Gibbs as well frags back and forth, but point still in favour of Team Shrimp. Playing this really well at the moment, not giving too much, but again, not giving them, not playing too aggressive at the same time there. But they are going to start trying to get some time on the point there. Tomato Gadget goes down. Nice bomb in there by Nebula. Murloc Johnny playing so aggressive. He gets taken on. So does Runx. It's only Mecha Wreck that went down there. Cerny as well. The Uber comes out onto Pyro. TF2 Dub is up to Rider Cycle. He's so weak. Can they find him? Finally, they do. Rapid on the backlines there in a 1v1 against Nebula there. They're both quite weak. Nebula's going to win that fight though. Still holding on to this with 5 seconds left. It's not looking very hopeful. It's all up to that engineer now. Gibbs, he's just going to run onto the point. And he's going to back up again. But they've got a little bit of time from this overtime. Maybe just enough to regroup a little bit. As Cerny leads the charge. Captain Cannonman coming in along with Tomato Gadget. They find Critical Floor. Hulu as well. Captain Cannonman goes down along with Cerny. Now they've just got to keep planting those players on the point, and that's what they're trying to do. But Kip Create is there. He is probably the best choice they have to try and defend this point here, but he does lose the heavy 1v1 against Rider Cycle, who falls TF2 Dove. TF2 Dove falls to Murloc Johnny, just frags back and forth, and they finally got the point, CeeJaey.
Finally, they managed to turn over after an entire round of that point being blue. We do see Mr. Mortensen with 100% Uber, so a huge advantage. Rob ticking it over about 80%, so Team Shrimp are going to have to deal with this Uber here and try to hopefully win at the post-Uber fight and turn over that point. What they need to do is capture it as it is in overtime. But see Rapid there, taking down Kip Create. Heavy isn't going to be involved, and the Uber's used so early. They flash everyone, and the Uber's going to be pretty much over by the time they actually reach the point. Tomato Gadget does get dropped from the Uber, but Red Cycle's going to get most of it. Takes down Dove, and we're going to see a lot of damage coming out of here from the Heavy. He needs to block that point. But he gets headshot by Ice Blocks, and then we get a backstab from Lazy Purple. Takes down the medic. The cleanup comes in from Team Shrimp, and they're surely just going to capture that point and tie it up at 1-1.
Very nicely redeemed there by Team Shrimp, and just a brilliant aggression coming in. Nice steps there by Lazy Purple as well. Gonna, as you say, take it back to 1-1, equalising the scores. Much closer game than I expected, CeeJaey. I'll be honest, I saw some of the names from Team Platypus, and I was thinking that they've had this in the bag. I've seen Cerny and Murloc Johnny and whatnot, but I'm pleasantly surprised by how back and forth this game's been. As we go in now to the third round, once again, Team Shrimp focusing on that pool room, just actually completely taking it. They're not even fighting it this time. Team Platypus just opting to take the more meta strategy of just kind of playing the point there. They are going to find Tomato Gadget. Ice Blocks goes down as well. Few frags as Rider Cycle gets picked off as well. Not looking great now for Team Platypus. They have to back up a little bit, and Nebula on that flank just putting in some good damage there. But they don't want to quite back out just yet. They have actually got that point control at the moment, even though they are a little bit outnumbered. And they are having to play it very slowly. Nice pick there by Murloc Johnny onto Rob the Awesome, though. That is going to change a lot of things as Critical Floor and Ice Blocks goes down. Lazy Purple gets cleaned up as well. Now it's just a few remnants of Team Shrimp in the pool room there. They're holding out for as long as they can, but they can't block the point, surely. What's his name? Mr. Mortensen, sorry, finds the Uber, but he also finds a rocket big time and has to pop that Uber off him almost immediately there. They're going to use this opportunity maybe to try and clear out pool room there, deal with Kip Create, but they've got to deal with TF2 Dove as well, and they do, only losing Gibbs in the process there. Now they've got that point. Very well played there by Team Platypus.
Yeah, slowly but surely. I'm sure Platypus is a kind of slow things. Maybe that's the way that they want to play. Slowly but surely winning that fight. And it was almost just basically like shooting fish in a barrel. Like, or for one,
shrimp.
Shooting shrimp in a barrel, exactly, yeah. I mean, you go into that pool room and you do get nice control of an area and a large health pack, but you're in such a small position that you can basically just shoot the doorways, and that's what Captain Cannonman was doing. Just, you know, people would start to peek out the doorway, and he was like, I'm just going to throw a cannonball at you, and what are you going to do, you know? And that was, it was Johnny, he managed to get the big kill there, but he's going down to Dove, who's launching it with the jetpack in behind Captain Cannonman now. These pyro strats cleaning up players without them even realizing what's going on. Nebula took down Mr. Mortensen as well. So lots of players down for Team Platypus now. They got a minute off the clock, but they've lost a lot of players and they've given up the Uber advantage as well. Rob's at 100% now. And they're going to need someone like Rinix or Murloc Johnny again to go huge, get those picks, and try and open the space for them to get towards the point.
Absolutely, very strong drive push there from Team Shrimp. But now the tables turned a little bit as Team Platypus taking that pool room, but they do lose Mr. Mortensen. Nice stab there by Lazy Purple's going to make it hard to even hold pool room at this rate, let alone take the point there. Getting some frags though, finding Mega Wreck and Kip Create. And Captain Cannonman, balls of steel there as he's just playing it by himself. He does have to back up a little bit. They lose Murloc, Johnny, and Gibbs. Captain Cannonman finding Steg though, winning that demo 1v1, and he's just playing it. He doesn't want to back up here. He's so weak. Finally falls to Nebula, who's been doing absolutely insane work on the flank there, trying to find Mr. Mortensen. Can he back away? It doesn't look like it. Now Gibbs there trying to avenge his medic. Yes, Mr. Nebula going to get away with his life as well. What an incredible play there. But it is going to be up to Rider Cycle now, leading that charge. Very weak already. Can't win out against that scout either. And if they could just regroup a little bit, they could easily take this dry push. But they're kind of feeding players at this rate.
Yeah, I just have to say, that's the second time Cerny, the scout, has dropped Rob. Two Ubers dropped both from the scout. Not usually the clash you see getting the Uber drops, but seems to be doing well for his team so far. But they are behind in the times now. Team Platypus, having been one round to the good, are kind of losing things here. Keeps pulling out the panic attack to make sure Lazy Purple isn't going to get any more stabs onto his medic. But so much damage going down onto the point. It just seems Shrimp have control of the area, and it's difficult for Platypus to walk forward and find like an opening to get their team in. They're just making individual plays at the moment. They really need to just walk together as a unit, take control of the area, and try to win the fight that way. Because at the moment, big Uber advantage for Team Shrimp, and Mr. Mortensen really has to try and catch up here, keep his team alive while they're playing for these picks.
Absolutely, and they're not finding them at the moment. They're feeding big time. Tamala Gadget and Rab both going down. Captain Cannonman getting caught out as well. Uber gets used by Rob, and a little bit of medic action there, looking in favour for Team Shrimp there. They get out and absolutely crushing it. TF2 Dove is not quite done yet. Neither is Critical Floor or Nebula. They're just storming forward, trying to get all the picks they can. With that jetpack, you see TF2 Dove getting into a position, a little sneaky here. They're going to find Cerny. This is going to be a very intense 1v1 here. Doesn't look like it's going to go into Cerny's favour. Can he clutch it? Yes, he does actually. Finding a little meat shot onto TF2 Dove there. Going to go back to Spawn, but it hasn't. I mean, it's done a pretty good effect there because it's really slowed things down, and time is not in Team Platypus' favour there. They're just going to have to run straight onto the point. Rider Cycle with the fist still running on the point, then off again. Captain Cannonman just blazing forward, and it's up to Ronix and Cerny. They are actually going to clutch this back. Although they do lose Mr. Mortensen, they're losing Rapid as well. Losing so many players actually, but they do manage to find the point. But for how long, CeeJaey?
Probably not long at all. It took them 6 players to actually capture the point there. They're just throwing the bodies there, and that's what Team Shrimp knew that they had to do. They just had to wait back, kill people, and obviously when you don't control the point, you've got those faster respawns, so Team Shrimp able to just walk forward with all their players alive and recapture the point for free. So they are now in the lead, and this is I do believe best of 5 we play on Lakeside, so it is first to 3. So one more round for Team Shrimp means that they will be winning the first map of this show match. Team Platypus have it all to do. They have to get back into the frame of mind they were on the first round, but they absolutely dominated and did well. I'm going to see what's going on here. You see pool room kind of being taken once again. Renix just trying to cloak in and cause some problems. Taking a look at the medics just standing behind the point and trying to just chill here, Chando. But again, you see Team Platypus focusing the point, and they seem to have worked out the mid strat because it's worked for them successfully the past 2 rounds.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can see at the beginning they were trying to contest that pool room, but they weren't committing quite as much as Team Shrimp there. And as a result, they're just getting completely stormed in there, and then Team Shrimp could just take the point really quickly. It was a good strategy, but yeah, they've really countered it well. What they haven't countered, however, is the flank, because Nebula has just got so much, and he's got the force out, in fact, just now, as the counter pop comes out from Team Shrimp there. Panic be onto Steg, and nothing's really happening from it. Captain Cannonman getting shot way back. He's very weak as well. They do find TF2 Dove, And Captain Canaman does fall as well. Steg falling in return. Lazy Purple and Icebox both down. Rob the Awesome, though, going down to Rider Cycle. Nicely done by him. Now that dry push is coming back in, this is what we wanted to see from Team Platypus, and they're doing really well. They actually completely blocked the cap as well. Sorry, they actually took the cap, and they're already a minute down, so even better. They're holding this really well at the moment.
Yeah, really well played by them. You see the amount of cap time that Team Shrimp managed to get onto the point, but Team Platypus just stayed on. They were like, no, we're not giving it up for free this time. We're going to use our Uber, we're going to hold forward, we're not going to back up. And they actually ended up winning the DM fight, so getting that kill onto Rob means Mr. Mortensen has a big Uber advantage, 75% now. You take a look at the time, 1 minute 20 off the clock already for them. They're in a really good position. As long as Mr. Mortensen doesn't die or get forced or anything like that, they can hold on to the point for much, much longer. You see Gibbs there, running that panic attack, wins the NG fight against Mecha Wreck, and Icebox also goes down to Rinix. So no sniper pressure coming in from Team Shrimp. You can see Rapid just trying to jump in, cause a bit of problems, jump out again, but Lazy Purple does get a good backstab there. Murloc Johnny going down, so no sniper for the defending team, as Platypus has to try and hold this point as Rob the Awesome is coming forward with his team. He's only 85%, has to be careful, he doesn't get caught out here, as he doesn't quite have Uber yet.
Now, close call there though, with a little pyro action. Almost caught Rob the Awesome off there, but they are holding this for now. But for how long is Rob the Awesome now coming into 100%, finally using Mr. Mortensen, also has that Uber, and melted quite well so far, finally using on Captain Cannonball and the Scout as well. Cerny's just going to surge forward there, trying to find those hits onto Rob the Awesome, not quite find them however, and he's still at it though, he is persistent. Captain Cannonman with the bottle frag onto Kip Create, and Steg finding Cerny as well, so many frags there, but it looks like it's going to go back in favour of Team Shrimp, who held it off really well there. Yeah, really well played by them.
Yeah, really good kind of just collapsing in on the point there. I do like that, but it does look like Team Platypus are able to just walk forward here. They've got the bed respawns because they don't control the point, and we just see the amount of damage going on behind the point. There's only really critical floor. They're trying to defend it, but they have to give it up. 20 seconds left for Team Platypus. Tamagotchi is on the point. He's just going to push people away. He's saying, stay away from my point. This is my ground. It's really good. Gibbs getting aggressive with that panic attack, but we see Team Shrimp now starting to walk forward. They've got all of their reinforcements. They're picking up a couple of frags, and they may be able to capture this point, and they may stop it just before the overtime. Doesn't seem like anyone's going to try and contest it. Gets down to 1 second as they capture it. So Team Platypus here kind of just need to group up, repush, and capture the point, and they essentially win this second round, which they need to. Second round for them, of course, because it's 2-1 to Shrimp at the moment. Platypus on the ropes. If they don't recapture this, it is game over for them in terms of map 1.
Absolutely, such a crucial moment for them here, but they do have quite a lot of time. So they can really just wait for the right opportunity, and it might even be coming as TF2 Dub and Steg both down. Lazy Pup as well, they don't have to worry about their back so much. Rob the Awesome gets forced off as well, and now the counter comes out from Mr. Mortensen. Flashing so many plays at the moment here, and Murloc Johnny getting picked up, Kip Create and Critical Floor going down. Can they do it? That Engineer trying to find Mr. Mortensen, very weak at the moment. Captain Canaman goes down to the stab, but they are going to retake it, and they are going to bring this back to 2-2. And this is the deciding round, ladies and gentlemen. First 2-3, and so important now. It is make or break for both these teams.
Gotta love it when a King of the Hill map goes to the final round. Literally, you know, everything up to this doesn't matter. Just this round is what's going to decide who wins this first map of the Rally Call 2018 Highlander Showmatch. We've got Team Shrimp versus Team Platypus. Both teams locked head-to-head with 2 wins apiece. First death is going to be Cerny there. We've got Aggressive and Rapid has also gone down. So this aggressive push from the flank from Team Platypus hasn't really worked out for them so far. They kind of still playing around the point, but see Team Shrimp have kind of worked out what they're going to do. Push out from the pool room based on those frags. Mr. Mortensen has to get out here with his life, otherwise it's going to be difficult for his team to repush. You see Nebulu is lurking around. Rider Cycle trying to tank it here. Critical Floor is on the chase, but no, Rider Cycle with that Tomislav is able to protect the medic. And we see both teams with Uber now. Team Shrimp capturing the first, well, the cap for this final round, Chando, but surely Platypus are going to be pushing any second now.
Quite possibly. They're in a position to bet, potentially, here. I mean, they are up against another Uber, but they kind of need to give it a try at least. Maybe just get the counter pop off and then maybe go for a dry push here, but they are Some players, they're losing Cerny and Runix here. Finally, Iceflux goes down, who absolutely turned up at the beginning of this game. Getting a nice little 3k actually, taking down Murloc Johnny and a few others as well. So well played by him. Nebula on the aggressive flank as well. Telecamping a little bit there and found Runix right on the respawn. But meanwhile, on the point is Rider Cycle, taking that aggression, seeing him play very aggressive, and it's kind of been working in his favour. He's been doing a lot of good for his combo here. Got to deal with TF2 Dove. They're just going to keep on surging forward here. Got to deal with Steg as well now, who's falling up there. Murloc Johnny getting that frag onto Iceflux as well is going to make things a little bit easier for this push, and they have started mounting a little bit. They get that Uber off from Team Shrimp, and the counter now coming out, mostly on Rider Cycle. They're flashing quite heavily. It's still going to work in their favour. Nice backs up on the Kip Create. Steg goes down as well, and Rider Cycle just in so deep. He's finding so many frags there. Captain Cannon Man finds, I think it was TF2 Dove before going down himself. They are going to recapture this. Really nice aggression there coming out, especially from that heavy.
Absolutely. I mean, Mr. Morrison probably won that round based on the flashing. He came in and he flashed Rider Cycle just at the right time. A second later, half a second later, Rider Cycle was going to die to the amount of damage that was on the point. However, because he survived, he's able to just walk forward, just put tons of damage down behind the point, gets juggled and flies in, and then manages to, you know, just get the pressure down. But you see Runix there with a quick 2k, taking it down, Kip Create and Mecharek. So two quick frags coming there. Lace Pepper also going down to the cannonballs from Captain Cannon Man. But we do see 3 down now for Team Platypus, so they have to be careful here. They are in control of the point. They do have Uber, but they don't want to get forced here. But they're dodging from Mr. Morrison. Keeps life, but the Uber comes in. Actually, TF2 Dove is going to get that from Rob. A big Uber onto the Pyro only. We see a counter Uber onto a heavy. And we see Team Shrimp trying to get onto the point now, but they're going to have to fight for it. Tomato Gatcha's walking in. Steg's gone down to Runix. He's still alive and still causing problems behind. Both teams bleeding a lot of players here, but it is Team Shrimp who recapture the point. But at what cost, Chando?
Oh, big costs clearly as Mr. Morrison gets gunned down by Critical Floor. Really odd sort of strategy there played out by Team Shrimp. They kind of send their combo around. There's like absolutely no flank from Team Platypus at the moment, and they are just exploiting that. They're sending so many players round onto Team Platypus's ruins and just kind of exploiting it from there, just getting some damage on the sides, damage from in front of them, and yeah, it's working really well. It was a very successful push there. I mean, they haven't actually taken the point, but they have got a good opportunity here, as there is not many players for Team Platypus here. Do find Rider Cycle and Tomato Gatcha. They're just going to be able to cruise on into that point there. Quickly deal with Captain Cannon. He goes down. And Mr. Morrison as well went down as that back burner. Absolutely lethal stuff. We're seeing some really abstract play styles coming out from TF2 Dove. I've seen him run the Flog, the Jetpack, now the back burner as well, and it's not done yet either. Finding Gibbs as well, almost finding the heavy as well, and Mr. Morrison is not in a good. He's in a bit of a pickle, but he does actually just survive as Nebula gets found out by that double donk, and Mr. Morrison's going to escape barely with his life by the skin of his teeth. They still got to worry about this point though. With only 30 seconds left, the pressure is on now. It's just Captain Cannonman. Got to wait for that regroup. That's the sensible call. But there's so many players on the back lines for Team Shrimp. You've got Critical Floor now. He's trying to find the medic. 1, 2 shots, 3, and he is down. Nicely done there. Ice Blocks and Kip Create both do go down as well. Critical Floor got found out as well. But there's only 10 seconds. They've got to start storming this point. They've got an Uber to deal with. Pyro is flying high when they. Oh my god, that was insane. Wasn't even using the jetpack there. But it's really worked. Tomato Gatcha, Murloc Johnny all down. Rider Cycle as well. Just Gibbs against World and Runix as well. Just going to try and get on the heat. They both get caught out, and I think that's going to do it. 3-2, and a nail bitingly close first map.
Absolutely. Team Platypus taking the lead 1-0, and then we see Team Shrimp fighting back to make it 2-1. Platypus tying it up to take us to that tantalizing 5th round, but it is Team Shrimp who take the first map. Koth Lakeside is going to go to those guys, and we're going to be moving on to PL Upwards, a different game mode, which may be a different story for these teams. But wow, I mean, you take a look, so many points on the board for a lot of these players, just so much going on all over the map. I don't think anyone really stood out at any moment. It was just colossal from everybody. Like, everyone was just playing their part and just going forward. These team fights were insane. So many times we see people just launched into the skybox, double dunks coming in, clutch stabs. We saw some medic drops coming in from scouts. Like, so much going on. And yeah, I mean, pretty insane. But it is Team Shrimp who take away the victory. I mean, who stood out for you in that game, Chando?
I think there was one player in particular, would have been Nebulu, just because he was holding, like, that flag was just insane. He was constantly pumping out damage, constantly going for bombs, he was getting mad damage, mad frags, really important frags as well. Found the medic quite a lot, and just constantly exploiting that flank. That's one thing I don't think that Platypus was really holding, was that flank. The pool room was constantly in control of Team Shrimp, and as a result, I mean, you can probably tell that Nebulu and Critical Floor, the logs don't lie, and they were the top fraggers. They were insane damages as well. Oh, especially Nebulu. I think he got top damage. Yeah, he did by quite a distance as well. So it's really no surprise, considering how much time they spent on the flank and how much they were exploiting. The aggression was just phenomenal. It was really well played by them. I think he stood out. Rider Cycle actually did a lot of work, a lot of damage as well. Not so much in terms of frags, although pretty decent frags, but good damage for his team there. So I'd say those two. And Critical Floor as well, doing a lot of work. I guess some clutch plays from TF2 Dove as well with that jetpack. So, which is kind of a crutch, but it's also a clutch. So, yeah, I'd say they stood out.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, you just have to look at the stats to back that up. I mean, the two top damagers clearly doing a lot of work. I mean, it's rare you see a heavy getting over 400 DPM these days in a Highlander game. So clearly, Team Platypus playing around Rider Cycle in that fashion. Both snipers getting, decent amount of frags as well. 32 headshots for Murloc Johnny, just the 22 for Ice Blocks. But yeah, the top 4 fraggers were all on Team Shrimp. So clearly they were putting in a bit of a shift. I mean, the next 5 are for Team Platypus. It's pretty equal across the board. It's very hard to find, point out anywhere that the teams were kind of, mismatched, really. We do see, taking a look down at the medic logs, we do see actually interesting, Rob, healing TF2 Dove 20%. I mean, the highest amount of heals on a pyro, I don't think I've ever seen that since, I maybe healed Steve a bit too much back in the old days. It just rarely happens. You see a pyro getting that amount of heals, but clearly, you're running the different types of weapons, getting that back burner in and just getting in deep. That's the way you want to play. So, I mean, it's a different kettle of fish when we move on to Upward, of course. This is a payload map. I mean, based on what we've seen, Chando, like talking about the players, you're saying who stood out for you and, who's done well, who's maybe not done as well. Who do you think, which team, rather, do you think is going to be the stronger at a payload map when it's more kind of tactical, more straight line, less tug of war like a King of the Hill map?
I'm going to have to still say that Team... Who's it one in? Team Shrimp. I can't remember these names. Team Shrimp, I think, has got a slightly better cohesion. They seem their dry pushes were really successful actually, and Rob the Awesome was doing quite well with his Uber management. He didn't die too much, and ultimately, the medic's a really big factor in pushing and defense. Probably more so on a payload map than on a COF map. And yeah, I really have to say that Rob was really performing to quite a high standard for this match. So I'd say that given the fact that that flank Nebulu and Critical Floor was just so on point, they're going to be able to exploit that a big time on Upward. There are some good flank maneuvers you can pull on Upward, especially on the second point. Just kind of throughout as well. The soldier can do a lot of work, and I'm thinking that could be a big factor. On the flip side, Murloc Johnny wasn't maybe performing as highly as I expected, but I will also give him credit by saying that due to that constant aggressive flank on Lakeside, he was kind of getting pressured. I think that he might have a bit more luck on defense here. They can maybe put some more defense onto him as well, and he'll do a pretty good job, I would like to see. But, I think overall it could be a close one. We could be looking at a golden cap, which I think we are doing as well, just due to how back and forth these teams have been. It's best of two. Okay.
Yeah, apparently it's best of 2, so we'll have each team will... So the first round will be one team attacks, the other defense, and then, the other team in the second round will attack first, just to make things fair. So we could end up with a tie here, which would be interesting leading to the final map at least. Or one of the teams, if they take both rounds, would essentially win the map. So it'd be interesting to see. I agree with what you said there. It's often like the classes, let's take a look at the classes, who's going to excel? Sorry, who's going to excel? Like, in those areas. And talking about Nebula, he did really well on Lakeside, which is traditionally not a map where you see soldiers do insanely well. Whereas the flanks here, if you're holding them in the right positions on Upward, you can really do a lot with your flank. You can deny cart, you can really stunt a push, whereas, the combo could be doing really, really well. But if your flank is denying the enemy flank from pushing the cart, you're absolutely, for want of a better word, screwed. So it's really about focusing the right players at the right times. I think it's going to be interesting to see how the two teams set up, how they play around each other. I mean, seeing a Pyro get the most heals on Lakeside could probably be passable, but if that happens on Upward, I can see the demos not being too happy, and, maybe some sentries difficult to take down. I mean, who knows? We'll have to see how it goes, but I'll have to just wait for these guys to ready up. So as we are waiting, just a reminder that this is Rally Call 2018, continuation from previous charity events from these guys. And this is the opening where we're having a Highlander show match between some YouTubers in the community making TF2 content. This is in benefit of... I've forgotten.
International Animal Rescue.
That's the one. I was like, what does the I stand for? In Indonesia? No, it's not Indonesia. International
Animal Rescue. Very, very specific.
They are in Indonesia, says Wiethoofd.
And India as well.
So there we go. I mean, but International Animal Rescue. If you saw the start of the stream, you did see a nice little video of some monkeys being cared for who were struggling in the wild and maybe weren't so well. Injured. These guys help them out to make sure that people, or animals rather, out there get the welfare that they deserve, and all of the proceeds to your donations go towards the International Animal Rescue. And of course, if you donate, you're not only supporting the charity, you also get a lovely in-game medal for TF2. It's yet to be revealed, so the design isn't public yet, but it is guaranteed. As long as you post your Steam ID in the donation, you will be getting that when the medals are distributed. So, type in !charity or !donate in the chat if you want some more reading material, or you want to find out that link to where you can donate. But the first map today was King of the Hill Lakeside. We saw Team Shrimp came up against Team Platypus, winning 3-2. This is now Upward. Of course, a payload map, totally different game style, and we're going to see how the two teams handle the change of pace. We do have in blue again Team Shrimp, so they'll be attacking first, trying to set as fast a time as possible, because in Highlander competitive we have stopwatch mode, which is trying to set things as fast as possible. And then we see Team Platypus currently in the red. They'll be defending. Once the time is set, they'll be going onto the blue team to try and beat that time. This is a best of two, so we could have a tie, could have 1-1 on this map, we could have 2-0, but either way we'll be seeing some intense action, I'm sure, Chando.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think we're seeing some more kind of obscure plays as well. I'm thinking maybe TF2 Dove standing out big time with some of the weapon choices they were using. Yeah, I mean, this is your kind of bread and butter map, isn't it, at the end of the day? So it'd be interesting to see how these players who aren't necessarily too adjusted to the competitive environment kind of try and work out the strategy behind this map, because this is like the core Highlander map. This map's been played, well, way before I was even aware what TF2 was. So interesting to see how this is going to pan out here as we do go live now. I'm just going to be seeing Team Shrimp just kind of pushing that card a little bit, just getting into a good position. Nebula already playing very aggressive there, and Sunny instantly again stabbed down. Nebula gets found out by Rider Cycle, however, and Lazy Purple in a good position. Nice jump stab onto Rapid, so well played there. Gets there with his life as well. Is he done yet? Getting into a position here. I want to focus on that guy there. Ice Blocks actually getting stabbed up as well. Lazy Purple finding that teleporter as well. So he's doing so much work at the moment. Meanwhile, on the front line, it's going to be on that right side push. It's not something you see every day. Stay kind of leading the charge, gets found out and loses that 1v1 against Captain Cannonman. But it's going to be the Engineer playing on top there. They do lose Murloc Johnny and Rider Cycle. Not looking great now for Team Platypus. They've still got an Uber. Are they going to use it? Are they going to back out? It looks like they might have to use it here. They're not in a very good situation. The Uber gets popped off on Team Shrimp. And this is a really bad situation, I think, for Platypus. They've used the Uber so late, they've lost all their players. However, Rob the Awesome actually getting the taken down by CeeJaey. It might be the saving grace that they need. Can Mr. Mortis get out? It looks like he can. They are hot on his heels, but he is going to make it out. How did he redeem himself there?
You don't remember the show catch? Oh no! Take that back. Take that back. Lazy Purple comes in. Just sneaks in and gets the back. So I was going to say, you remember that show Catch the Pigeon? Whatever it's called, Wacky Races? And it was like catch the medic, catch, like everyone was chasing Mortis in there, but he got out. And in the end, the backstab from Lazy Purple just undoes all of that hard work. But yeah, does kind of mean smallish advantage for Rob now, seeing as he did also die. But Murloc Johnny just serving around, gonna go for the medic. Oh my days! Here comes to my catcher. He's knocked off Ice Blood, and now he's on to Rob. Hold that mouse 1 button. Don't let go. Oh no!
Not looking good for him.
HP.
Rapid though. Rapid was there as well. I mean, nice little mini surf though by Rob the Awesome. Actually, Rapid was kind of cornered Rob the Awesome there, but it was a nice little jump, tiny little surf, and he gets out with his life. Very, very close indeed there. Got this back to the aggressive playstyle from Steg and Kip Create. They lose Lazy Purple to a nice headshot by Murloc Johnny, and it's just Rider Cycle kind of playing leagues ahead of the rest of his team in terms of distance there. He's just not giving up any space. Murloc Johnny's going to bound up a little bit as well. Someone's got to deal with him as he picks off ice blocks. Might give them the opportunity to push forward a little bit if Mr. Mortensen can regroup with the rest of his team. He's regrouping with Cannon Man. But it's a weird situation. Usually you see the medic kind of and the Demo Man up close, but it's just Rider Cycle holding off by himself as he finds Nebulu. Murloc Johnny finds Kiprier. But as I say that, Lazy Purple on an absolute medic murder spree, finding Mr. Mortensen. So many M's said there. Really well played there by him though.
Absolutely, no heals for the defending team now, which means Rob has 100% in the bank ready to push forward. They're coming over the top. Rider Cycle, like you said, only one furthest forward, but he does actually manage to force the Uber, I guess, they wanted to use on the heavy. There is a sentry to deal with. It is wrangled, and is actually taken away there. Gibbs is going to be running free with his building, but so many deaths coming in for Team Platypus. They're getting cleaned up here as they try to escape, but Rapid Black Blocks pays. I can't even say it properly, but he takes down Rob with the last rocket he had before he died. Huge play. Nebula did take down Mr. Mortensen, so he's going to be on a later spawn now, still in the respawn queue, which does give Team Shrimp a bit of an advantage. But yeah, clutch plays there from Rapid, trying to keep his team in this.
There's the one silver lining there for Team Platypus. They aren't. I doubt they're going to be able to hold thirds. I'd be very shocked if they even tried. They've got absolutely no space. I mean, they want to give it a try. Go for it, man. Go for it. It's their choice. And maybe it's going to work in their favour. Nice little flank play by Tomato Catcher. Now they're really distracted. Rob the Awesome goes down. TF2 Dove. Kip creates so many frags. Mr. Awesome does get found out, but there's some mad damage coming out. If Rapid and Rider Cycle can hold this down, then I've been proven completely wrong. Nice shot there by Murloc Johnny onto Mega Rack as well. How have they done this? They just stormed forward. Yeah, really well done there.
Yeah, and Critical Floor the entire time has just been pushing the cart, just slowly but surely getting it forward. So they should be able to get the cap here as Lazy Purple gets a kill onto Rider Cycle. So there's no heavy to deny that. Zerny finally decides to contest the enemy scout. Critical Floor has to back up here. He's so very weak, can't capture any more time on that car. We see the defenses from Team Platypus all the way back on last night. They're playing on the floor, but they're losing players. There we go. They use Tomato Catcher, Renix, and Cerny there. And big jump in from Nebula. He's going to take down Murloc Johnny, so no sniper pressure from the defending team. It is Equilibus, but Chando, they've lost 5 players, as Heavy Rider Cycle gets backstabbed by Lazy Purple, who seems to be going on a bit of a mad one here, and it's going to be very difficult for them to hold this.
Yeah, they are in an almighty pickle at the moment here. They're just completely storming onto the cart here, and no one can really defend it, just can frag after frag, find Cerny as well. It's all up to Tomato Catcher, which does go down. Tomato Catcher gets found out, but Murloc Johnny doing quite a lot of work finding Mecha Rag, getting the damage out. They need to deal with that. I mean, you see that level 2 as well, playing a sort of lower lobby area that's going to just absolutely crush anyone that tries to jump onto the point. Really good strategy by Mega Wreck there. Someone's got to deal with that point though, and they find Rapid, Rider Cycle, and Murloc Johnny. No one can contest this, and he certainly tries, but he's not going to be in time in 5 minutes 59 seconds. Really well played there by Team Shrimp. Good aggression, really good momentum. They were taking that third point just constantly, just pressuring them. Really well played, and into that last point again, just completely punishing Team Platypus for any little mistake that they made.
There was really no moment during that map where Team Shrimp were kind of stunted for pressure. There was just constant momentum from the first point to the last. The only moment was on second point where they kind of had to work a way around. I mean, Murloc Johnny was, snapping some heads there. He was picking some things off, and the pressure from Rider Cycle on that rock was not allowing them to take any ground up the top. So they started to try to go through the tunnel, clear out there, but the pressure from the likes of Rapid and Cerny was preventing them from doing that. But once they broke that hold, which just took them slightly longer than the rest of the points, they just rolled it. Critical Flow was just on the cart, just pushing all the way. As soon as they got into last, they had that momentum, but like I said, equal Ubers doesn't really matter anything if you've lost defensive plays. If you lose your heavy, you lose your sniper, things like that, you're really not able to shut down those doorways. So yeah, it was pretty non-stop from Team Shrimp. They've had a decent time, and in a real competitive situation, we'd be saying less than 6 minutes is pretty good. So lots of pressure here onto Team Platypus. They have to make something happen. As we see Rider Cycle, the furthest one forward, just trying to scope out, tell his team what he can see where their setup is. It's a very aggressive hold here from the flank, but we're not seeing any kind of suicides yet. Rapid just trying to spam down. He's got that default rocket launcher, but that Wrangler is going to prevent any sentries from dying for the time being.
Yeah, good setup. So they do find Lazy Purple. Nice stab onto Steg. However, is going to change up things a little bit. No Deadman on that defense. It's going to make things pretty difficult. So we could be seeing a little bit more aggression there as they find Critical Floor as well. Got this aggression on this right-hand side of Rider Cycle. He's going to try and take the top with Gibbs. Gibbs actually just completely falling down and kind of beefing that whole play there. But, it's the thought that counts. As Lazy Purple gets that stab onto Rider Cycle. Icebox and Kip Crate going down as well. It's not looking great as the Sentry is looking a bit worse for wear. Finding that heavy as well is going to make things very difficult for the defending team. They've got to get some aggression coming in though. It's Mr. Mortison. I don't even know where he is at the moment. He's playing on the right-hand side, well away from Captain Cannonman. I don't know what he's doing there because they lose Murloc Johnny Onyx. They had an opportunity to push us and they kind of whiffed it a little bit, which is a shame to see because every second counts when there's only 4.5 minutes left. They lose Gibbs as well. Finally that Uber comes out on the right hand side. Not something you see every day. High bomb coming in from Rapid, but he's so weak and instantly gets picked off by Mecha Wreck. Rider Cycle goes down in a counter Uber and Mr. Mortison has got nowhere to run as he gets flamed down by TF2 HUD. Now the aggression's coming out from the red side. What was that?
Great stab. Runix just waiting on the cliff, waits till the Uber finishes off there, drops down, clean kill onto the medic. So maybe that's the light that they needed, the spark to catalyze them to move forward here. No medic sniper in the fight for the time being. And hopefully Team Platypus can get some forward pressure going on it. That Sentry really hasn't gone down at all. It's taking some stickies now, but that Wrangler is just preventing it. You need to get pressure from other places. Steg has gone down, so no Demoman for the defending team. And wow, so many kills coming in here. Rider Cycle is getting so much done. Mr. Mortison dies there, but thankfully for him, he's heavy, and his Pyro decided to just kind of clean house for a moment there, as they've captured the first point. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go for the rest of the map. It's going to be tight, Chando, but it's still possible.
Oh my god, look at Ice Blocks. He's just kind of spawn camping them. Everyone kind of missed him. I think he made a nice little sneaky play there. He did get one frag. Easy Purple actually taking down Mr. Mortison on the spawn. Nebulu taking down Runix and Tomato Gacha going down. So really nicely done there. But still on this defense, it's still doable. I think 3 minutes is just about doable if they can keep that momentum going. Not sure about the specifics, but it's looking great at the same time because they've got a good defense set up on for the red team here. Ice Blocks and Critical Floor going down is going to be a problem. They do find Rider Cycle. It's got to start getting a bit more time on point here, getting that ×3 and keep that momentum going. Find Stakes, that's a good situation to be in. They can deal with that Sentry, they can surely make this work, but again they are just running a little bit too low on time here with 2 minutes 40. CeeJaey, do you know if that's doable?
I would say if they don't leave the car and they have ×3 the entire time, it's still possible. So I always like to believe, I always like to have that hope. So I'm still thinking Platypus can kind of nudge their way, but it's going to be very difficult. That level 2 by Mecha Wreck is there. Runix goes with the stab. And the backstab does take down 2 players. Rob the Awesome and Kip Create both get taken down there by the Spy, but Lazy Purple responds in kind, taking down Captain Cannonman. So a lot of players down for both teams that are going to make the difference there. So much HP for Runix. He's running the kunai, so he's getting he's sapping all the HP from these players he's taking down. But only 4 up now for Team Shrimp. that second point surely going to go down. It's so close. It's according to my HUD, it's actually capped. It's actually past the central point, but I don't think the game is like, there we go. Mellow Johnny just flies in and he's like, you know, I'm just going to stand on it.
Nicely done there by Mellow Johnny. What a team play there. A minute 30 left though. I think this might be dead time. I mean, you can be optimistic. I don't think it's doable, unfortunately though. They can try their best, I suppose. I might be wrong, but it's not looking too hopeful for them. Very nicely defended overall by Team Platypus, but ultimately I think the highlight was the aggression from Team Platypus. Oh, is it true? Yeah, Team. Oh, I've completely forgotten what all the team names are now.
Team Shrimp are the one that are going to win this round.
Yeah. Team Platypus's aggression, really well done there. Actually, very impressive stuff. Very good timings. You could see them playing in a competitive environment all together. They seem to just flow quite well together, I think.
Yeah, let's not forget Team Shrimp did win the first round. The first map of this Highlander Showmatch, taking Koth Lakeside 3-2. Very close affair, but this one has not been close really at all. You see Team Platypus struggling to capture that third point, and Team Shrimp are going to take the lead on this second map. So if they win the next round, they'll have won the first two maps, and essentially they could crown themselves winner. They could basically just get out their taunts for the third map, just sit there and just spam that G key, just, you know, proper BM the other team. Doesn't matter if you win, we've already won this tie. But it's not all over. Runix getting another couple of kills there. Kipkri and Steg both going down. And let's not forget, this is a best of 2 on this map, so we will be seeing a second round of Upward. And maybe Team Platypus have learned from their wrongs in this map to think, okay, we know what we did wrong that time. We know what we're going to do this time. We know what we're going to do right. And they could come back, because if they tie it up, that means the final map is kind of decisive.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm not really too sure what they're playing for, other than I guess just a bit of glory, a bit of fun. I think this, as you said, this is the show match, isn't it, for Radical, which will be commencing over the following week. But ultimately, you know, it's going to give them a good sense of pride, and it's just a bit of fun to win and absolutely stomp on their tube associates. So
it's the honour, Chando. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's casual. It doesn't matter if it's MVM. Doesn't matter if it's MG. It doesn't matter what you are. If you're in a server and there's other people on the other team, you have to crush them. Not just their bodies, but their spirits too. You will not rest until they are vanquished. I mean, you know, I think there's going to be bragging rights at the very least in the Discord later on. I think these guys are going to be, you know, hey, do you remember when I airshot you? You know, just you don't want to be the one getting airshot. You know, you
do not. And ultimately, crushed they are getting at the moment. Team Platypus not in a great situation. Yeah, they're really going to have to pull out some wonders to pull this back, but it is not going. We're going to logs.
We do have logs, yeah, and it's your choice. I said, who do you think's going to stand out? It's Nebulu again. Top dragon,
all right.
22 kills, 22 for 11. Actually, TF2 Dove as well, 22 for 10. So you know what? Better KD. But you know the damage there in the high 300s. Runix actually top damaging with over 400 DPM on Spy, getting the same number of kills as Lazy Purple. I think Runix was going for the combo players. You know, getting the demo, getting the heavy, things like that. Whereas Lazy Purple was going for the medic. I'm going to scroll down to see if my assumption was right. Lazy Purple got... Actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Lazy Purple got 3 med picks. Runix got 4. And Lazy Purple actually did kill the heavy 5 times. So both spies doing a good job in taking down the players they're supposed to take down. You know, but it is... there we go. Nebulu and TF2 Dove with the most frags in the game. Both snipers... Pretty level pegging again. 14 kills for Ice Blocks, 13 for Murloc Johnny. Once again, Murloc Johnny with many more headshots. But you know, getting less kills there. I mean, anyone else standing out for you?
Well, I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head there. It was mostly Nebulu and TF2 Dove. I was impressed by both spies overall, and both snipers as well. All the pick classes kind of doing a consistent job. No one really getting too demolished in that department. And go on to the other side, I suppose, and sort of look at the lower ends. Maybe Tomato Gacha, 71 DPM is not really what you want. Especially the pyro can be so powerful nowadays, especially with all the changing the meta and stuff like that. So maybe a bit more strategy coming out from Tomato Gacha. Maybe trying up a different meta. Could create as well. 177. You know, I think we can see better from the heavy as well. Maybe both heavies. Although Rider Cycle getting some good damage out at the end of the day. But I mean, overall, no one's particularly atrocious. I don't think everyone's playing to a good standard, and that's what we like to see. You know, the balanced set of logs for the most part. So I'm very impressed.
It's a sign of a good game when you see these classes kind of matched up next to each other, when you think, okay, so no one's really dominating over the other. They're just kind of level pegging, and it has been close. It has been close. That first map did go 3-2, went to the final possible round of the best of 5 on Lakeside. And who knows? I wouldn't bet against Platypus pulling this back on the second map and tying it up, because it has been that kind of game where it's gone back and forth. Teams have learned from each other. We saw on Lakeside the adaptation that we expect in not only Highlander but general competitive TF2, where you see a strat the enemy team's doing and you adapt to make sure that you can overcome that strat next time. We saw that, you know, with both teams deciding to go for ballroom at the start, and then they decided, actually, let's go for point. Actually, let's go for this side of the point and counter that push. So who knows? Maybe Platypus are talking it now, vividly talking about, you know, what can we do? What can we do to overcome our shrimp friends? I mean, I'm not an expert on aquatic animals, Chando, but do platypus eat shrimp?
I think the platypus probably they're herbivores, aren't they? Or maybe I want to say I like to think that they're herbivores. They seem really cute. Yeah, I think one of the aquatic animal that lays eggs.
Yeah, they're quite
a rare kind of odd species. Yeah, just they're very odd thing. I don't think they eat shrimp. I don't think shrimp naturally eat platypus either, or platypi.
I mean, okay, so here's a question. Here's a follow-up question. How many shrimp do you think it would take to beat up a platypus?
Oh, well, in this case, 9. In the wild, well, I don't know. We're looking at, what kind of shrimp we're talking? We're talking like these tiny little shrimp you can prawn cocktails?
Yeah,
or we're talking the bigger langoustine?
The regular
the big shrimps, king prawns. Oh, maybe only a few. Those things are savage. Those things, let me tell you, those things... we are here to save them, but they are dangerous. They are scary. They are cute and adorable. I know where my heart is, but ultimately, those platypi don't stand a chance against those bloody shrimp. They are brutal.
I can't confirm whether the charity does in fact help save shrimp or platypuses, but we do have Team Shrimp versus Team Platypus. We're into the second round of PL Upward now. This is the second map of the Rally Call 2018. This is the week coming up. We're going to see plenty of stuff, but this is the Showmatch, Highland Showmatch, between some TF2 YouTubers. Thank you to these guys for putting out great content. Check them out after the stream. But for now, they're going to be fighting each other to the death to see who is better. At the Highlander game mode, the first map did, of course, go to Team Shrimp. 3-2 on Lakeside, very close. And now we're on to Upward. And Team Shrimp won the first round. This is a best of 2. So now we're going to be seeing Team Platypus in the blue pushing first, and then we'll see Team Shrimp in the red defending first, and then they'll try to beat the time set by the Platypus. Okay, so trying to, maybe if you're wondering why the animal names, it's because it's International Animal Rescue. That is the charity. All of your donations go towards donate, help the animals, and get a sweet TF2 medal for yourselves. But we're starting off here. See a nice sticky trap there, Chando, and before I even finish my sentence, Steg's taken down Gibbs.
Very quick indeed there. Gibbs down. It's not going to make a huge difference to the other outcome, but they've got a rider cycle, mate. That's going to slow things down. Along with Tomato Gacha going down. They do find ice blocks, though, which is going to give them a little bit of freedom on the car. They can just push it a little bit quicker. Every set counts. You never know. So we got some aggression here coming in from Gibbs, just trying to put down a few sentries. They're not lasting long, but they are distracting. Nothing else as critical floor goes down. To 1v1 against Cerny. And Murloc Johnny getting that frag onto Steg as well. Nice little headshot onto there. And yeah, that's going to give a lot of opportunities now for Team Shrimp to... Is it Shrimp? Yeah, for Team Shrimp to start running this forward. No, it's Team Platypus. I just can't even today. Nebula goes down along with Rider Cycle, and take it from here.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of frags coming down for both sides, but the big one is Lazy Purple. Takes down that medic, gets the backstab onto Mr. Mortensen, and that is in actually a drop. Rob decides He doesn't need that Uber advantage. He's going to pop that Uber straight away. And they pick up a few kills here. So it was looking good. Looking good for Team Platypus for a second there. I thought they were getting the right picks. You know, taking down the sniper, taking down the demo. Those are huge picks when you're pushing the first point of upward. But in the end, losing your medic and getting Ubered on is not something you really want to happen in that situation. So Captain Candyman trying to get aggressive there, but gets taken out. Combination of critical floor and ice blocks is going to finish him off. And we're going to have to be seeing a little bit of work here, I guess, from Murloc Johnny or Runix trying to get those picks. But no, ice blocks are going to body shot Runix. So no backstabs coming in for Team Platypus for the time being. And yeah, just kind of people getting finished off here, Chando. Rapid and Cerny, that's the flank. Maybe the players who should be going in to open the doors. Rider Cycle trying to come forward with the family business. That's not going to work when you get flooded 3 versus 1. They lose quite a few players, and only ice blocks has gone down from Team Shrimp.
Really well played there, actually. Good use of aggression when needed, and they're backing up already, which is good to see. They do lose Steg. Down to Runix, nice backstab, but Nebulu getting out. It's about the skin of his teeth there, actually. They have to pop off that Uber, though. Nice force off by Cerny, who does go down, but the damage is done. And yeah, having a bit off now. It's going to give Mr. Morrison about a 90% advantage. They lose Kip Create, and now Rob's got to think about backing up there. They do lose Tomato Gadget and Rider Cycle, though. Ice Blocks getting picked off in that Sniper 1v1. Rob having to back up with his combo, though. They still can play pretty passive. I don't see why they can't hold this. Although Mr. Morrison coming into that Uber, 93% now. He's not building, mind you. He's taking his time there, and actually the med down there. Murloc Johnny, nice headshot onto Rob, but Lazy Purple equalised the score. No, he cannot. He whiffed a couple of backstabs there, and Mr. Morrison's going to make it out with his light and that full Uber advantage. They got to use it in. He cannot milk this, though. He's got to take the right opportunity here, and that's the opportunity. He uses it in on Rider Cycle. Maybe the worst person he could have used it on. The slowest, and he's wielding the family business. I don't know what that boy's doing. And is he going to win up against Steg? He's gone into the boxing match, and no, he is not. He goes down as well. Kipriate falling to both heavies down, with Rapid doing some good damage. Mr. Morrison getting backstabbed by Lazy Purple. Will they even be able to take this? It's all up to Cerny now. He's so weak. He's dodging. He's jumping around the car, and he falls to a direct from Nebulu. Looks like they're going to be able to hold on to this for a little bit longer as Captain Cannonman finds critical floor and a nice double by Tomato Gacha. Huge play there, taking down Steg and Nebulu. Kipri getting backstabbed as well. Maybe the tables are turned here and start getting some momentum in.
It's taken them nearly 4 minutes, 3 minutes 51 in fact to be exact, to capture, but they have captured that first point. They did pretty much wipe the enemy team, and they took down the medic, so huge Uber advantage for Mr. Mortensen. Rider Cycle does go down though. TF2 HUD getting aggressive, but gets finished off by Gibbs with that panic attack, but he also dies. But we do see this kind of aggressive hold here. We see Mecha Wreck running this actual, you know, actual competitive hold here. The sentry is in the right position. You got the dispenser in the right position. This is what you would see, you know, top level teams actually running. The sentry's watching the car, and the dispenser is helping your team. So clearly, been watching some important demos or some important videos to learn these strats. We see a pretty solid hold here at the moment. Mr. Mortensen died there, Chando. I have no idea how that happened, but once again, Team Shrimp has an Uber advantage.
Yes, very good situation to be in here. They're holding nice aggressive style here. It's what we like to see. As you say, it's almost mimicking the kind of stuff you see in top level. I hope they've been checking out some of our VODs and live streams. Catch it all, UGC and ETF as well, just dropping that in there. But well, we got a little bit of a stalemate here. And now you're going to see the attacking team, Team Platypus here, just playing a little bit passive. They're just trying to find the right opportunity, trying to find, wheel their way in, get a few picks. Nothing really standing out at the moment there. Nice stab onto Ice Blocks by Runix, but is it going to be enough? Maybe not. The aggression is coming out as Tomato Gacha falls to Lazy Purple, and some aggressive rockets coming out from Nebulu. Not in a great position. Critical floor does go down. Nebulu's going to escape with his life just about. Still wasting a lot of time here. Every second really counts, and they can't seem to break through. You've got to try and find that pick onto Steg. I think if they can find Steg, they can find some aggression here. They do get Kip Create though, which is a good opportunity, and Steg does go down. TF2 Dove is not in a great position either. He gets caught out as well. Now they could be seeing this push here. They've got to start doing it. It's Mr. Morrison by himself finally finding Murloc Johnny. But yeah, I mean, they are slowly but surely taking this. Rapid does fall down. Nebulu gets picked off by Murloc. Ice Blocks as well. Nice double there. However, a backstab by Lazy Purple onto Mr. Mortensen, with it's going down as well, is going to put a halt to that aggression. Not looking good for Team Platypus whatsoever.
No, I was going to say they had a huge Uber advantage on Mr. Mortensen because Rob had gone down earlier on in the fight. But this sentry has not been touched so far. The players in front are just doing such a great job of just being aggressive and making sure there isn't space for them. Murloc only getting a nice headshot there onto ice blocks. So sniper control for Team Platypus at the moment. They've got so much more to do. There's 3 down for Team Shrimp. They could be taking this space. They could be walking forward. Nebulu with a nice jump in just to get some damage. But a punch! 2 punches from Rise Cycle, Kip Create, and then the crits onto Rob the Awesome takes him down. Who says the KGB isn't viable in Highlander? Oh my days. Rider Cycle making the single biggest play I've seen from a heavy in years.
Absolutely insane play there. Is it going to open opportunities? Well, I think so, but they've got to actually start following up on it. They have lost Gibbs, but they're not really taking this aggression here. And they are pushing the car into a good position, but they weren't anticipating that sentry gun at all. And now they've really got to get the ball rolling. They've only got a minute left to even cap the point, otherwise it is cut off for them. And they do lose Tomato Gadget as well. They're just not finding that aggression at the moment. Their Rapids trying to battle some damage, but to no avail. Murloc Johnny finds Ice Blocks. Now's the time. They've really got to capitalize on this. They lose Murloc and they lose Captain Man. Now the counter aggression's really in, but Runix double stab, taking down Awesome, taking down Steg. Lazy Purple and Nebulu down as well. They have to do it now. They have got no other choice. 30 seconds left, only 3 up. Why? They need to keep this going, get the momentum on the go. They find the sat onto the sentry gun. They need to deal with Mega Wreck as well. We do almost get the sentry, but the sentry just survives and Runix goes down. Got to start getting this aggression in soon. 13 seconds left.
Oh, Mega Wreck finally goes down to a double donk. He was on a 10 kill streak and his sentry is still alive. It's got like 1 HP. It's still doing work. It's taking the focus and finally it does go down. But no, nobody was stood on the car. Nobody was touching the car when at the time it got to 0. That means there's no overtime, no chance for them to try and push it forward. And that does mean they cannot capture the second point. Team Platypus stunted there, stopped at the first point. That means that Team Shrimp, if they walk forward and they capture the first point faster than 3 minutes and 51 seconds, they'll win this round and win the map 2-0. Or they can just capture the second point in any time. Like that's the kind of the parameters, the win conditions of this map at the moment. We do have a pause, so clearly maybe there's some technical issues. Someone needs to go for a smoke or something, who knows. But it's on pause now, so there we go. Players are ready. So like I said, Team Shrimp just need to capture the first point in under 4 minutes, or capture that second point at some point during the game. And yeah, Team Shrimp looking pretty solid on their defense there, Chando.
Yeah, they're in a very comfortable position now. Like I say, they've 3 minutes 51 seconds, just capture the first point. Easily done, really. This is one of the easiest to take, I think, on this map. It can be done in a matter of a couple of minutes usually in competitive matches. A lot of teams kind of hold it quite lightly, don't want to overcommit to it, and will kind of give it up to try and get a better hold on second and third, because those are just much harder to actually break. So yeah, we're in a very good position now as they play on this on the attack, and this will this will go to third map regardless. It's not a best of 3 map, it is all 3 maps being played, just to kind of raise as much awareness as we can. So it's not going to be the end of the world. We're still going to be able to see how Koth Harvest gets played out in a competitive scenario, which I myself am looking forward to. But we are going to be going to live here now as seeing the team Shrimp, that's the one. So seeing Team Shrimp on the attack now, and they're just starting to get a little bit of time onto the cart there. Nebulu wasting no time at all, getting some good damage out. Is that a pause? No, still kind of start there. And yeah, they're finding Rapid as well. Ice Blocks does get found by Runix, but they're in good momentum in the moment. It's Captain Cannonman against the world. Can he get enough damage out? Not really. He gets knocked straight back. And they can keep on pushing this car forward here. Looking very, very strong. As they do lose Rob, however, it's big time. As Rob goes down to a nice frag there by Murloc Johnny. Is going to be enough though, DJ?
That is the question. Is it going to be enough? They need to solidify their defense here. Mr. Mortensen is still alive with 100% in the bank. He's got his team around him, but he hasn't got Rider Cycle, hasn't got Tomato Gacha. Those are two really important players, on their classes to kind of deny that ground. We have to see how it goes. Steak does go down to a cannonball. Captain Cannon Man is doing a great job, but Murloc Johnny is still running that sniper and still hitting those shots. Rob the Awesome is down again in the time that Mr. Mortensen is alive. So, huge plays from him, and they're doing what they need to do here, Chando. They're holding on.
Oh, they are actually much more stronger than I expected here. Nice stab onto Tomato Gacha, and the sentry is going to fall as well. Oh, well, Lazy Purple, he gets out, and I think he's going to get found out by Cerny. Might be able to just escape, but on the front line, however, we've got Steg, Zimmerman, playing on that playground area, getting some good damage in, but has to back off. He gets nice little headshot there. And Murloc Johnny taking him down. TF2 HUD as well, going down as Rider Cycle. Actually, still running that family business, and gets the Uber popped up onto him, and he's not in very strong at all. Does get picked up. He did actually get a 3k as Rob down as again to running, because these pick classes are just absolutely hitting him. Today, Rob just cannot break. Poor Rob. But is it going to be enough? It's not looking great for the red team either. Tomato Gacha and Cerny both go down, and that is going to do it. They just kind of tickling the card there. Very well played by Team Shrimp. I think thoroughly deserved.
Yeah, in the end, it is that win condition of just capping that first point quickly enough, which they managed to do. So second round of PL Upward goes to Team Shrimp, which means they've won this map. They've won their second map out of 3. So, I mean, if you're keeping score there in the chat, that does mean they've won 2 out of 2 maps out of a possible 3, which means they technically, on paper, they have won. I mean, the real winners are, of course, the animals that are going to be saved by International Animal Rescue, thanks to your donations. But yeah, Team Shrimp looking very strong here, and they could take it and make it an absolute whitewash, a clean sweep in the third map on Koth Harvest. It's all about Team Platypus fighting for a bit of honor here, I feel, and showing that they're not just going to be pushed over and they're going to finally get a map onto the board. But yeah, that second, they just looked really dominant there, Chan. I mean, the first map was pretty close, 3-2. But it just seemed that Team Shrimp knew how to play upward, and they just did it so well. Even though they lost their medic 3 times in the space of about a minute, they still managed to push that first point without much trouble.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, you can tell that Team Shrimp have got quite good competitive experience. There were some fairly kind of semi-complex strategies coming out there. So you can see they've got that cohesion, and it's really good to see they're playing it well. This is why I think that Harvest is an interesting one. It's not a competitive map. I don't think it's ever been played. Maybe long ago, but not for a very long time. And it's going to give the opportunity for the more casual bit, because ultimately, like, the competitive players that stand out here, they're not really going to be able to. They're not going to have any kind of meta to kind of how to tackle a map like Harvest. And as I say, it's going to give the kind of the pub players and the pub YouTubers an opportunity just to, really flourish a bit in a more casual environment.
Absolutely. I mean, it's basically just a free game. Just go in and play however you feel like it, because there is literally no meta for Harvest. But just quickly taking a look at the logs from that final second round on Upward, and it's actually Murloc Johnny popping off there. 20 kills and 23 headshots in 13 minutes. That's pretty crazy stats indeed. First time we've had someone from Team Platypus top frag in this exchange so far. So pretty well done from him. 422 damage a minute. That's pretty nutty. Behind him are 4 more players. Lazy Purple with 17, TF2 Dove with 15, Critical Floor 13, and Steg with 12. All doing very well for their team again. So, it's actually interesting. Rob the Awesome there on the winning team died more times than Mr. Mortensen. So despite their losing their medic a lot more, they ended up kind of still winning the game, which is not usually what you see. I mean, if it may be a kill or a death here or there, but to have nearly double the amount of deaths on your medic and still manage to win the game shows that the rest of the team are just really stepping up here. But we are going to head to a short break. And welcome back to Rally Call 2018. We're kicking it off with a Highlander show match. For those of you just joining us, you've missed 2 maps so far. we have 18 YouTubers going head-to-head in 2 teams. We have Team Shrimp and Team Platypus. Of course, animal-based names, because the charity we're helping out is International Animal Rescue. Hopefully you managed to see the video we saw earlier on about orangutans and monkeys being helped back into the wild. If you didn't, check out the VOD later, because that is where your money is going towards. Please donate, !donate or !charity for more information in the chat. You also get a great TF2 in-game medal for donating a certain amount. So read up on the information to find out there. We've seen Lakeside so far. Team Shrimp took it 3-2. Despite losing the first round, they bounced back to win a very, very tight game on King of the Hill Lakeside. We went to then Upward, which we did a best of 2. Not traditional, but we did see Team Shrimp once again come out victorious and seem very, very strong on the payload format. Finally, we're coming down onto another Koth map, and it's Harvest. Not a competitive map at all, and Chando is excited to see how this is going to be played.
I'm very excited. I'm not so excited to cast it. I don't really know what the callouts are called, but I think we'll make do. We are going to go live now. Really fast rollout, actually. Does not take long at all. Staked straight in there, along with Nebulu, taking that high ground in the middle barn, we're going to call it. Gibbs is first to fall to Torbjorn, I think is covering for the former NG, already forgotten his name. But I think, yeah, it's a new engineer, but other than that, it's the same setup there. It's going to be Lazy Purple who finds that frag onto Mr. Mortensen. Nice frag there. It's going to give a lot of opportunities for the blue team, Team Shrimp, to capture the point there, and that's exactly what they're doing. TF2 Dove and Rob just taking that point, while Pig on the spawn camp is finally going to get picked off. He did find Rider Cycle, so not a bad trade at all, as Gibbs finds him, have taken the point now. We're going to be looking at sort of how they play this. Again, not a competitive map, but a lot of these players aren't competitive players either, so it'd work out in their favour. A lot of pub players or pub YouTubers, and so yeah, we're seeing some spawn camping, pretty standard Harvest spawn camping at that as well. As the Rider Cycle falls almost immediately. They did lose TF2 Dove and Rob as well, perhaps more importantly, so it may give a foothold for Platypus to start recapturing the point.
Yeah, they've lost a bunch of players here. They've got no heals on their side, so we do see some capture coming down. Sean Spencer, is that a rename from a heavy? I'm not sure. I do see Torbjorn is actually Mecha Wreck from earlier on, but yeah, we do see actually contesting on the point as the heals comes in, and that does mean Team Platypus actually haven't been able to capture the points. Ernie and Captain Candyman are coming in to try and get something done, and they do manage to knock people off, get some frags. They finally do capture, but it's taken them over a minute to do that, and they've lost 4 players. So no heals for Team Shrimp, as Rob the Awesome has gone down again, but Spaghetti has also gone down to Rapids Rockets. And Mr. Mortensen gets a face full of meat. He gets the ham from Critical Floor. So Team Platypus kind of just leading players here, but still in control of the point.
Yes, looks like they're going to be able to retake this pretty quickly as well, as Rob just kind of solo capping it here. Not really healing anyone at the moment, but that's okay. I think the rest of their team are too focused on trying to spawn camp, as certainly on that 7k now, finding Torbjorn and a few other players as well. So the combo for Team Shrimp has fallen. So may give an opportunity for Platypus to recapture it, and we're going to be seeing I think it's Murloc Johnny on the Huntsman as well, so some more unusual meta coming out on an unusual map to be played in a competitive scenario. Murloc Johnny, they're trying to find those arrow connections, but he's going to get caught out. He's having to back up a little bit, and well played so far by the Shrimp team here. Pushing up on that right side, Nebulu with a nice jump. Murloc Johnny going to find that sentry gun down to Critical. Down by Murloc Johnny as well with the bleed. There, Cerny on the 8 now taking down Sean Spencer as TF2 Dove finds Tomato Catcher and that pirate.
Sorry,
1v1. Rider Cycle went down, but before he could get the holiday punch.
He's got the gloves out again. He just no more bullets. No more bullets for Heavy. Putus does not need bullets to kill. He's just going to use his fists. But yeah, we do see some capture time here from Team Platypus now. Getting some kills on the board, including Rob the Awesome going down to the panic attack. Gibbs been running out all day and has been having great effect on the game so far. Team Platypus will capture the point for the second time, and they do get a lot of kills, and they kept their entire team alive. So pretty good exchange in the end for them. But Team Shrimp are going to get some sort of an advantage as Lazy Purple revolvers down the medic. Mr. Mortison dead, and Rob should have an uber advantage if he actually starts healing his team. They are kind of rolling out now, getting a few kills, and it does see, I think we saw a fist kill there from an engineer, and it's really, I have no idea what's going on right now, Chando, but you know, people are dying, and you know, that's the main thing.
Oh yeah, I have no illusion that this would not be easiest to have to cast. It's very DM heavy and just kind of random pockets of engagement going on. Everyone finds another, was it Gunslinger punch? He takes down CeeJaey the scout, trying to find some time on point now as Torgon leading that charge against Murloc Johnny. If Sean Spencer as well is running around with the pan, I think he's popped his like some sort of sandwich there that gives you Chris. I honestly have no idea what's going on at this point though, but there are frags, lots of frags. Rider Cycle, Murloc Johnny, Gibbs, Tomato Gadget all going down. Runix getting that frag onto Rob would be awesome as well. Captain Canaman in that 1v1 melee duel against Sean Spencer. He's going to find the frag onto him. Spaghetti going down as well to Runix. Certainly finding critical floor in that Scout 1v1, but it is just a huge DM fest at this point. You've got Gibbs trying to set up a level 1 on the point. Seems to be working quite well as Rider Cycle kind of runs on the point, and they might be able to redeem this. They have a minute left. It can be done. CeeJaey.
It can be done. It can be done. Cap has gone down. The respawns are going to come in a few seconds for Team Shrimp. But basically, if they just roll forward here as a unit and win the next team fight, that's the game over, or at least the round over for Team Platypus. We see TF2 Dove running that jetpack again, just getting onto the roof, and then just getting launched into the enemy team, getting up some kills there. But actually, losing players left and right here for Team Platypus. They have to be careful. They're 5 up. Rob the Awesome going down to Runix again. Runix getting those medic kills, but Sean Spencer now on the pan. Stanley's going to go for some fry-ups and get a kill that way. And there's a lot of weapons here being used. I think that's a Thompson. I mean, you know, it's not what you normally see being used. But 4 up for Team Platypus. They have to throw all their body onto the point now. Captain Canaman is trying to use those cannonballs. Runs in with the sword. He gets Rob the Awesome with that clutch little flick there. Spins around. He is going to get taken down though. He is going to get panned. Apparently pans are stronger. But Runix with the trick stab onto Sean Spencer. He's going to go down. I think I've seen more melee kills in this round than I did in the entirety of my Highlander casting. Like, it's just medieval mode going on right now on Harvest. But that first round does go to Team Shrimp. And so far, Team Platypus, I don't know. Close round. Close round, I guess.
I suppose it is. I really don't know which team is actually winning though. I mean, obviously they are a point ahead, but it's so back and forth in terms of someone's one team spawn camping, the next is completely changing. But I mean, it is so back and forth there at the moment. Sean Spencer getting backstabbed by Runix there. There's tier 2 Dove finds Gibbs already on a 3k, and the Pyro really coming into effect here. Just going to be
what do you call a trick
taking
stab
that point slowly
from Pyro? Like, how would you describe a trick stab from Pyro? Like,
if you can use the jetpack and get behind, the team.
I just saw TF2 Dove running up the stairs and then jump over the stairs like a stair stab, but using like the backburner.
Stair burn.
A stair burn, yeah. Like, that's what TF2 Dove
stairs
do.
WM1. Something like that.
I'm impressed. I mean, actually, you're taking a look at the players right now. Team Platypus have all of their players up and their medic with Uber, and they've captured a point. So he's actually running crits. That's my mistake, running the crits. So clearly they're feeling we want some more damage. Whoever they're going to use it on in this game, I have no idea what could happen. But yeah, we're just going to wait here. He's healing up rapid here, and Spaghetti goes down to Cerny. So Cerny getting some frags here. Quick fix being rubbed by Rob. So we've got a crits versus quick fix situation. Mortensen is taking all these rockets. He's just trying to surf them away. Gets back to spawn, and then they just lose all of their players. So the crits maybe going to come into play in a few seconds, Chando, but not right yet. As Rob the Awesome goes down, Captain Canaman with that sword. He's just slicing and dicing.
That sword is absolutely nuts. I think he must a bit of Death Knight main maybe. Oh, is it going to kill? Oh, it's the taunt kill. Brilliant there. How? Haha, he is down, but at the expense of Mr. Waterson, he tries to get the follow-up. Can't quite get it. Oh dear, what is going on?
He made him laugh. Ryder had it, he got the laughing, and he was about to use it, and Tomato just goes put with the air blast. And then TF2 HUD just was like, okay, I'm just going to backbone you guys then. So yeah, we've seen a taunt kill, Rider Cycle getting the tickle and the taunt kill. We saw a drop there from Mr. Mortensen. I don't think it really matters anymore, as he's just an absolute slaughterfest. But here comes Rider Cycle. He's got the bullets now. He's going to eat his sandwich. Nom nom. There we go. Sterny's on a 9 kill streak. So clearly, Team Platypus have stepped up here as they're a minute in the lead.
Absolutely. Sterny just hit tryhard mode. Well, I think the rest of these players are just jumping around, doing their own thing. Sterny's just absolutely on it, and he finds Rob as well on that 10k. Does get gunned down by Lazy Purple, but the damage has been done. And now it's Nebulu on that fight against the Pyro, and it's just going to be Sean Spencer comes in with the ban. Brilliant little follow-up there and blocks the cap big time. But, I mean, what does it matter at this point, CeeJaey? It's kind of... I think they've all just given up a little bit, just doing their own thing, experimenting. But you never know, this could be the next big Highlander map, and this could be the next big Highlander meta as Rob the Awesome is down again. What is going on? Absolute mess. I mean, beautiful.
I'm loving, like, you know, if TF2 has taught us anything, it's that if you eat some raw steak, you can do more damage with the pan. So if you're ever thinking,
absolutely.
If you want to hit someone with the pan, make sure you eat some raw steak a few seconds beforehand.
Why are the Prem Heavies not doing this?
Yeah.
Why are the Prem Heavies not I mean, it just seems like a straight win.
You say that, there was a strat a couple of years ago maybe, where Scrambled used the steak and ran up with the Fist of Steel and dropped a medic. So
I remember that. That was incredible.
Try and test the formula, but Team Platypus have captured the point again. The Flock has come out now. We see some quick kills there onto Rider Cycle. So Team Platypus are in the lead, have control of the point. They have the most time. But we're just seeing Gibbs taking down Nebula. We've lost our producer as Gibbs just gone on a mad one and just kills everything. You're just killing everyone. And Wiethoofd is dead. So you've killed our producer. There's no more TF2 production or casts ever again because he's now slamming his table and crying because of what he's just witnessed. But huge plays coming out of Gibbs. You know, if you need an NG to do something, you know, just do it yourself. Just get involved. And actually, I think Team Platypus might be winning this. Sean Spencer, no, he can't get it. He gets Rap Assassin. I've never seen that kill icon. The Rap Assassin melee kill. As a sentry just gets punched down. There's a sword, there's a pad. I have no idea what's going on, Chando, but, you know, it's just basically walk up to people and hit them.
It's turned into medieval mode here, absolutely. This is the group at its finest. And what is even going on? It's 1-1, but what does it matter at this point? There is absolutely nothing competitive about this by this stage. And, I mean, are they even going to try and roll out? What is next up for both these teams? On the Huntsman, we've got the jetpack coming out. The black box, that's not too obscure to be fair, but... oh, and there's a flying Demoman, and now he's got his little sword out. He's got flank Demoman. Some pretty crazy stuff here. Icebox goes down. TF2 Dove, critical floor. So many frags now for the Platypus team. Actually, they really have clawed it back. Rider Cycle going back to the minigun. I think picked up on and kind of swapping around those roles. We see Sean Spencer as well trying that minigun out. He does actually lose the 1v1. Mr. Mortensen getting picked up by Kip Create just in time. Well, I think it's Sean Spencer. I think it's the same person. And it's just, I mean, I don't know, maybe they're going to swap back to some more stuff as Murloc Johnny gets a pretty standard headshot onto Rob the Awesome. Ranix getting picked off as well as Torb, Gorn, Rider Cycle, so many frags coming left, right and centre. And yeah, I mean, really looking, I mean, I think the more meme style they play, the stronger Platypus seem to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how in the previous map, Rider Cycle was running around with the family business and the KGB and just punching people, and then they lost, and then he starts doing it in this map, and then everyone's doing it, and then he's like, no, guys, I'm going to use a minigun now, and it starts like fighting on the point. And like you say, when they start to play seriously, they're starting to lose. Like, it's better when, you know, I saw Captain Cannon Man there use a jump with the loose cannon, and then run around with the tie turner and the sword. So, I mean, there he goes again. He's launching.
He's done the exact thing again. He's after ice blocks. There he goes. He gets them. Oh my lord! I think he's done more damage so far than he has done the entirety of this Rally Cool match, using stock meta here. Just running around, he slices Lazy Purple in twain, and he ain't done yet. He's just playing on that flank, waiting for that health, and he's going to get it, no doubt. As Kip Create, again, going back to that minigun there. They're sort of jumping back and forth when they feel like it. Rider Cycle as well, having a take on Nebula, who gets backstabbed by Rannox. And Ice Block's going down pretty quickly as well. So coming in definitely for Platypus team, but it seems like they're just kind of jumping back and forth of playing serious and then not. As Murloc Johnny now back on the sniper rifle, getting that quick little 2k there. Rider Cycle and Gibbs both going down along with Cerny. Nice little bomb device to Getty as he gets the drop onto Mr. Mortensen as well. What a brilliant pick there. Murloc Johnny does find ice blocks. Damage is done. Mr. Getty, huge play.
Yeah, I think he must have done about 10 points there. He did so much damage, killed a bunch of people, got a medic job. I mean, that's just feeding the scoreboard for him. As they give up the point for a few seconds, it does mean that Team Platypus are just going to go into the lead time-wise, and then they're just going to lose it straight again. So advantage for Rob. But as even bigger one, an arrow to the face, ice blocks just launching across the map and just getting that medic kill. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I think the arrows do more damage when there's a light bulb attached at the end. I think that must be a thing. That's why you're using the festive one. But yeah, I mean, it seems like Team Shrimp have kind of calmed down a little bit. They're like, okay, well, let's not lose this map. Let's make it a. I mean, I say that Murloc Johnny dominating Rob the Awesome, taking down the medic yet again. I see fists now. Kip Create fisting the enemy heavy. As the moment you start to think, oh, this is people are trying. No, they're not. They just want to fist each other. They just want to sword each other, and they just want to launch arrows across the map.
This is kind of what we expect from a map like Harvest, isn't it? There's no real basis for competitive, and this is kind of what you get. It is a joy to watch. It is very difficult to cast, but it is an absolute joy to watch. There certainly just comes in and picks off Spaghetti. Nebula goes down, certainly gets picked off by Kip Create. Back and forth frags once again, constant engagement. There is no stalemate on a map like this. And now Captain Cannon, can he find the slice? He does, but he gets found by a minigun at point blank range there. As TF2 Dove gets down by Runnick. So many frags, but it's going to go in favour of first team. And looking at this 1v1 as well, we got ice blocks on the Huntsman there. He doesn't quite win the fight, gets caught off by a little mini sentry there. As Murloc Johnny finding that frag onto Nebula. The crits comes out onto Cerny, and he's not really making much of it as Rob the Awesome does get picked off by Gibbs. And they're just storming forward. Well, do they want to commit to that spawn camp as Gibbs just finds Kip Create as well? That panic attack just really annihilating, causing absolute destruction wherever it leads, and then Rapid coming in with the with the base jumper there, just like pounding the damage from a height, and no one really saw him. Just absolutely mad stuff. Mortensen finding Lazy Purple with the Crusader's crossbow as Kip Create comes in, starts handling that damage at point blank, finding few frags, but it's going to be Rider Cycle actually that finds him, and it looks like they're going to be able to retake this though.
I think the sniper kind of the video Meet the Sniper, where you see the sniper's got like a target. That's the person he wants to kill. I think Murloc Johnny literally has a picture of Rob the Awesome like on the side of his monitor right now with like a dart right in the middle, because he just keeps killing him. I don't care who else I'm going to kill. I just want to kill his medic over and over again. And it's been going well. I mean, if your team doesn't have heals, it's much more difficult to fight when the enemy team does. We all know that. We see Team Platypus actually getting the point and actually holding on to it. There's 4 players alive though. Make that 3 as Mr. Mortensen goes down. But look at the time, 17 seconds apiece. And it is going to be Team Shrimp who are on the point, capping it now. They need to hold on to it for the remainder of this 15 seconds. And they will take a lead in this third map. And they are getting frags, only 2 alive. One of them is Rapid. Can he launch in? We've seen the Rapid rockets. He's flying in. He's got the base job. He's just floating. He's floating like a butterfly, but he cannot sting like a bee. And it does look like Team Shrimp are going to hold on to this. And they take it 2-1. One more round for Team Shrimp. And the Shrimpy boys are going to win 3 maps with no reply from the Platypuses.
Absolute carnage there for the Shrimp team as they are getting ready for their last round now. As you say, this is the decider. I mean, it's already pretty decided. They have already won the first 2 maps, but the decider for this map. And this has been probably the most abstract of maps I think I've probably ever seen in my casting history. And it has been to cast and a joy to watch as Murloc Johnny getting taken down by Spaghetti. They play serious ball, they use the and probably not, as Rider Cycle just kind of running in, getting some time on point. No one's leading a Nebulu. Mortison's a little bit caught out. And it's just going to be, they're just going to storm straight onto the point now. And I don't really know what's going on. It's all so dispersed. It's all so spread out. We've got TF2 HUD up against Captain Cannon Man. Cannot win that. And Murloc Johnny once again with another frag onto Rob the Awesome. That man cannot get a break.
I mean, yeah, if I'm gonna see some crits here, and I'm actually, I'm gonna pull a tactical spin like this. Oh, look at that little surf from Spaghetti. He's all the way onto the enemy side. He's only at 8 HP, but he absolutely flung himself across there. Rob the Awesome's going for some. I mean, Ubersaur versus Minigun. I know who I would bet on in that exchange, but taking it from a serious point of view, Mr. Mortensen is just healing Ryder right now. Ryder Cycle's getting all the heals, and that means Captain Cannon Man can just, cannon across the map and basically be another flanker. And it's actually working really well for Team Platypus, because I mean, if you're a demo man not expecting heals and just swording people, that means the rest of your players can get heals. They do finally lose the lose the capture point. But they managed to get 50 seconds off of it to begin with, and they're trying to recontest it here. Critical floor, TF2 Dove all walking on, trying to defend the point. Mr. Mortensen just kind of having a little bit of a fight there with his arrows. As the back off, he's got Captain Cannon Man. We do have crits in a couple of seconds. He's ready. We're going to see crits. Cerny! He was on a 10k in that first round. Can he get any more? He's picking them up here. So many kills. Captain Cannon Man with a double donk onto Rob the Awesome. And that is going to be absolute destruction there. Murloc Johnny finally going down. Icebox getting revenge on him. But Team Platypus staying in this round.
Such a good play there by Cerny. That crit scout. Absolutely annihilating. Nebula that lines found that frag onto Mr. Mortensen. Much needed after that destruction that he just witnessed upon his team. And Rob the Awesome just kind of not really with anyone, just trying to get some arrow frags by the looks of it. Trying to take that 1v1 up against... Is it going to be Rider Cycle? Is he going to take the fight? He's going to run away. He's going to try and run it straight towards Murloc Johnny. He's going to get completely machete down there. And that is going to be the end of Rob. Once again, Murloc Johnny just following that trend of just annihilating Rob. This time with a machete. And... yeah, I mean, there's nothing really too much to say. They're holding this really well, to be fair, though. As I was saying, like, the more kind of meme stars they play, the better they seem to perform here. So, you can see the holiday punches coming out from Rider Cycle. It wasn't quite enough. Couldn't find the back of Mr. Mortensen. I think that was his target there. And Tomato Gacha, meanwhile, trying to find a frag onto Rob the Awesome, but to no avail. It's just Captain Cannon Man. He's going to get out of there swiftly, but he can't get any distance between TF2 Dove. They completely shut him down. And Rapid as well, going to burn out. TF2 Dove actually just really annihilating on that Pyro, just consistently every single map that we've seen. They've just been on point with terms
TF2
of
Dove now has
strategy.
the same amount of points as his ping. 104, 104. So just had to point that out before it quickly changed it.
That's either a really good sign or a really bad sign.
I mean, now it's 106 points to 104 ping. But yeah, Dove absolutely annihilating on the Pyro class. And getting Uber now, and just kind of cleaning up. But yeah, I mean, Team Platypus close here. They are in the lead here, Chando. So yeah, they could bring this up to a 5th round, and there's still the potential for them to kind of win a map here. They are losing a few players here and there, but once those respawns come in, I wouldn't bet against them reclaiming this point.
No, it's definitely doable. I mean, I don't really analyse the strategy too much here because I don't think there is any to be had. You got Beards doing some work on the flank there. He's finding that health pack, and they're just going to storm onto the point there. Is that that's a death by Rap Assassin once again as he takes down Torbgon, and they're going to collapse back onto that point there, just completely cruise onto it without any contest at all. And yeah, they're just going to be holding onto it really nicely. Brunix, Lazy Purple even trying to find that frag onto Mr. Morrison, but Mr. Morrison who gets the Ubersaw into him. And then the TF2 Dove just coming in, taking down Morrison, taking down Cannon Man, and they should be able to recap this swiftly.
Yeah, they're going to recapture this. Only, what, 15 seconds left on the clock for Team Platypus, so the potential says Rob was 11 HP, and guess who? Answers in chat. Who is the guy that kills the medic? Of course it's Murloc Johnny. Gets the body shot onto him, and also picks up Torbjorn there with the machete. So this is uber advantage for Mr. Mortensen and his crew. And uber advantage for Team Platypus in their quest to get a map here. There's a nice reflector matter capture with the reflect pipe there, taking down Steget, or as he's tagged up now, Steget about it. And we do see some cap time coming from Team Platypus. In comes Kip Create, but it's not enough. He's going to get taken down by that Frontier Justice. I don't think there's a weapon I haven't seen in this game so far. You know, answers in chat. What weapons do you want to see? Sydney Sleeper, I'm being told, hasn't been seen yet. But we do see 71% crit streak. We see Rider Cycle. Surely he's going to be the one to get the crit streak if it comes to it. 2 seconds, and this could be going to a final round. No, Rob the Awesome's on the clock. Mr. Mortensen, he gets the arrow kill onto critical floor. He's just going to DM them himself. But no, cap time is coming down. Gibbs is there. Is it going to be crit Zenji? Are we going to see the classic Widowmaker crits? No, Rider Cycle's just going to ruin the fun and say, no, I'm going to kill everyone anyway. It's fine.
Correct. Oh, no, TF2 Dubs, though. TF2 Dubs just running straight in, wasting no time. And now, I was about to say, it is all up to Nebulu, but he gets shut down as well. Oh, no, it's all up to critical floor, but he can deal with that mini sentry. He's going to go down, and it's all up to ice blocks, and he goes down as well. And Torbjorn just couldn't make it in time. 2-2, anyone's game. They are back. Team Platypus, sorry, they are back in this. Can be done. Are they going to do it though? Let's find out. It is the final round of the final map. It was all come down to this. I mean, they've already kind of lost, but the honour, as you said earlier, it's all about that honour. They can win Harvest, they'll be king of the pub. Let's see how it goes out. CeeJaey, take it away.
Well, the first person to die is Captain Cannon Man. Cannot do that. Luke Cannon jump across. Mr. Mortensen gets domed there. Ice blocks. He's running the default sniper rifle now. And I think people are starting to be like, okay, we actually want to win this now. And they're starting to try a little bit out. But Cerny and Rapid. Rapid goes for the launch. He gets a nice damage onto Nebula. And we do see some pressure coming on here. Cerny's chasing down Rob the Awesome, covered in milk, dripping in the white stuff, but cannot do it. But Murloc Johnny does it! Of course he does! I want to see these logs at the end, Johnny. How many med picks do you have? What did Rob do to you? Why do you hate this man so much? The cap goes down for Team Shrimp, but Team Platypus actually kind of re-pushing here based on their numbers and should be able to recapture. Kipcrete is there and is taken down there. Runix with the clutch backstab and Rapid with a nice little jump there, taking down Lace Purple. But Rob the Awesome might try to use his Ubersaw. Question.
Kinda.
Yeah,
Kinda.
I mean, yeah.
He kind of got one source. He did use it. Probably wasn't the most successful, but you know, it's the thought that counts, and he thought about it and it kind of worked. But this isn't going to be enough. Mr. Mortensen,
do you know what his demo would say to him about
holding
that?
What would he say?
His demo would say, he'd say, "Forget about it."
That's not going to get old, is it? Thank God we're at the end of this cast. We are going into good defense now by Team Platypus there. As I say that, Mr. Mortensen getting backstabbed by Lazy Purple. And they could easily retake this now with that heal from Rob the Awesome there. They're going to be before Murloc Johnny finds his head though. Let's take, so I'm going to say about 30 seconds. Okay, that's quite good. I mean, we're seeing more fist kills there as Gibbs takes down Lazy Purple. Murloc Johnny is alive, so that threat to Rob is, oh no, Steget takes him down with the pipes. So I mean, unless he respawns and gets that instant thing, it's still possible. Still possible. I think another thing. I mean, we talked about how Team Shrimp are essentially, you know, they've already won this, winning 2 maps, and this is about the honor for Team Platypus getting in here. But I also think whoever is going to top frag is surely going to be, you know, points wise. 139 points and 4 dominations for TF2 Dove right now. Zen. Lord.
132 and 2 dominations. So I think there's a little mini battle there. Like, who's going to get the most points? Who knows? Who's going to be the sweatiest gamer and try their hardest in this final round? We do see a lot of frags coming for Team Shrimp here, which is not good for Team Platypus, as they are nearly 45 seconds behind. They're losing players, they're losing their medic. They have to regroup and re-push this together in order to get something done. The Uber did come out earlier on the spawn from Team Shrimp, but you know, could go either way, as we've seen so far in this game.
Oh, I just have no idea what's going to happen now. Mr. Morrison getting taken down instantly by that back burner. And actually, Rob the Awesome still alive and well. Oh, actually, no, I think he went down because he's on 31%. He went. I don't even think we're really even paying attention to the to the lives of the medics, because I don't think they are either. He is there with his Crusader's crossbow. He's going to find a knife in his back, though, as Runner X takes him down. Rider Cycle falls quickly to that double play by the Demoman and the Soldier. And the Jetpack coming in. TF2 Dove getting on that back line. It's going to be up to CeeJaey now. He's just focusing on capping that point. 30 seconds left. They have to do this for the honour of Platypi. All Platypi kinds. They must win this back now, and they are determined to by the looks of it. They are just storming back onto the point here with 2 minutes left. They're not in the best situation, but I've seen people come back.
I've seen crazier things happen, and you know what? You don't want to be the platypus that gets bullied because you lost to a shrimp. You know, you need to get a shred of honor out of this, and they are trying. Gibbs now on the Widowmaker takes down Ice Blocks, getting aggressive. They're losing a few players here, but they do have an Uber advantage. Mr. Mortensen still running that Crit Creek. Not seen him pop it off yet. Is that 84%? Just wondering who he's going to be using on when the time comes. Rider Cycle really aggressive. He's going to find Lazy Purple, but Critical Floor's just going to sneak up behind him. It was in fact the Scout who was the sneaky one. And the Platypuses, or the Platypi, are being melted away here. It's TF2 Dove with that backburner, gonna just clean house, and this could be Team Shrimp's victorious moment. 16 seconds left on the clock. If they wind it down, they're gonna win the third and final map and make it a whitewash for Shrimps everywhere.
Absolutely, so important now. These last few seconds, 5 seconds left. It's TF2 Dove against the rest of the Platypi, but the Uber comes in. Critical Floor with that Uber. Can he make anything on the Pan's coming out, and it's going to take down Mr. Mortensen. What a brilliant way to finish with a Pan frag. And that is going to do it. 3-2. Such close Koth maps on both times. Lakeside and Harvest both coming down to 1 point differences. Both won by Team Shrimp, who are going to take this show match, as you say, and a whitewash. Taking all 3 maps very close on the Koth maps. Not so much on the up, but all of them been a joy to watch.
You know what? I think entertainment-wise, I think that's the most entertaining one-sided game I've seen. You know, I mean, I don't know, one-sided 3-2 on both Koth maps, like you said. It's so close. I love it when a Koth map goes to that final round. At least not when I'm playing in it. You know, you don't want that tension, but to watch, it's absolutely insane. And it was brilliant. I mean, first map, Lakeside, was, you know, there was competitive aspects there and upward. Team Shrimp just looked really strong on it, but Harvest just became a show of the other things TF2 has to offer, shall we say. Other weapons, other play styles. But it is, in fact, Team Shrimp who end up winning this exchange 3-0 against Team Platypus. Absolute joy to watch. Brilliant. And yeah, I mean, I can say the first time I've seen Harvest played, and we're just going to take a look at some logs now. I believe who's going to get them up on screen. I mean, I think that the highest points did go to Dove in the end, just outpointed CeeJaey by about 10. But who was the top fragger? Let's take a look at these logs. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! So TF2 Dove got 69 kills in 31 minutes. CeeJaey with 77 kills in I mean. That's.
I don't think I've ever seen higher frags in a competitive in any competitive game. Highlander 6s, nothing I've played, anything I've casted. Don't think I've seen higher than 77 frags. Harvest is probably the biggest DM mess, beautiful mess that it is. Yeah, I mean, CeeJaey just absolutely demolishing there. 536 DPM. That is an insane amount of meat shots coming in. And yeah, I mean. Scout.
Yeah, I think we lost Chando for a second there. Seems to be disappearing into the void, perhaps.
We knew that he...
Oh, yeah. No. Hello? So I think what he was saying was certainly was really, really good. And everyone else was really good. I mean, just a pure amount of frags there. You can look at the team totals. We've got 334 from Team Platypus. So despite losing, they got about 4k more damage and nearly 30 more kills. Rob actually dying more than Mr. Mortensen as well. I wanted to find out where is he? Murloc Johnny. He got 9 medic kills. 9 medic kills. Absolutely crazy. That man really wanted to see Rob dead. But absolutely crazy damage coming out of so many players there. Like Chando said, this is such a DM-based map. It's not surprising to see so many players with high 300s and over 400 DPM. Absolutely crazy stuff. I'm not sure if Chando is back with us.
I think I am.
Yeah, you are.
Hey, look at that. Okay, I'm back from the dead. Here we are. I think pretty much saying what I was trying to say, but not in a robot voice. So just absolutely insane. Murloc Johnny as well. Just as you said, like I actually thought it'd be a few more than 9. Honestly, I did.
It seemed like a lot, didn't it?
The amount of times I saw it, I thought, okay, it's got to be at least double digits. I was thinking maybe 15, but I mean, how many times did he die? 31 deaths. Holy moly. that is pretty nice. I mean, I guess considering how long the actual run for, how much of a meme fest it turned into, it can't be too surprising. Dying as many times as the top fragger as well. So that probably speaks volumes. But oh man, it's been an eye opener about the as you said, the other side of TF2, the less competitive, let's say, and it's been very funny to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed it actually, and I'm looking forward to the next upcoming week of Rally Call. I do believe it's going to be a little bit more serious with a proper Highlander tournament with competitive players. We might not be seeing so much Harvest. We might not be seeing so much Jetpack, but it's still going to be a joy to watch for some good quality competitive Highlander.
Absolutely, there's plenty of stuff to be watching for Rally Call 2018. This was, of course, just the beginning, which was the Highlander Showmatch. We had 18 YouTubers battling it out here, and like we said, just entertaining stuff. Absolutely brilliant. Let's not forget, this is all in aid of the International Animal Rescue, the charity who helps animals out in the wild to get them back, care about their welfare, make sure they're fit and able to fight it out in the wild. Your donation goes to help those guys. Of course, you do get a TF2 in-game medal as well. The design's yet to be published, but you will see it at some point, and you'll get it if you donate the correct amount. Just check out !donate or !charity in the chat to see those links and find some more information. There'll be stuff every day, and there'll be an Australian giveaway every day. Today there was an Australian rocket launcher given away, and it was in fact Hooks T, who won the Australian rocket launcher today. So congratulations. GameCam will be adding them and messaging them tomorrow evening. So guys, don't forget giveaways. Plenty of TF2 action, donating for a good cause. What more could you want? Thank you to Chando for being a co-caster in this very entertaining game. And of course to Wiethoofd for doing all of the production in the background. And obviously to all of our amazing YouTubers who put on a great show for us to watch. It's been brilliant stuff. And I hope this continues throughout the week. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care. And we'll see you later on.